Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. No. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. That's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Terrence Pop here from Redonkulas.com with another episode that actually is live from the lair. All right, I'm sorry I was gone for a week. I had to take some time off. I had a former squad leader of mine who was circling the drain. He went through some hard times since he retired. Basically ruined his health and his body. He was trying to get back in shape, taking up cycling, and he got clipped by a car. And he's probably not going to make it. And if he does, his quality of life will be very poor. So I went by to, settle up with that guy. And then I went over to Ilion, New York to visit my second family out there, Staff Sergeant Michael Sportello and his family. And I had to attend a funeral with the cake, another good sergeant of mine Master Sergeant Laviere, in my opinion, a really good motherfucker. And I went to his wedding, which surprisingly was really good. I was hesitant at first to an extent, but I'm glad I went. All right, now today we're going to be talking about Juneteenth. All right, now I'm just going to be honest. Slavery sucks, and I'm sorry it happened. But none of the people alive today experienced it. Nobody alive today paid for it or, made it happen. But we are still being whipped by the wet noodles of guilt, blame, and shame over it. And the Juneteenth holiday, and this is just my opinion, is yet another grift to guilt more people for the end goal of, in my opinion, moolah. That's just me. Don't get mad at me. It is what it is. Now, slavery is still alive and well on Earth. Human trafficking is basically a new word for slavery. And during the Biden administration, that has gone through the roof in the United States, where it should not fucking exist. But it does. Mainly, these individuals are sex trafficked, and they're getting away with it because, I'm going to be honest, a lot of the people responsible for it, mainly those in the Epstein files, are not being named, and they're protecting each other. And this needs to come to a screeching fucking halt. And I want to see people who are responsible for this travesty get run up the goddamn flagpole, and not in a good administrative way. I'll let your imaginations run wild with that one. Anyway, Battledorf, bring it in, and let's get this thing going.
Dear sweet baby Jesus,
I'm going to be drinking.
This is a drinkable show. This is definitely a drinkable show. Let's just get the Bolsheviks right out of the way because, yeah.
There, I said it. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Now drink.
There. Now that we've got that out of
the drinking game show, get on with it. Yeah. Look, I know. Look, I know that's fuck you. That you need beer.
This is
some beer, minimum beer. All right,
I have this covered.
Yeah, you out there not drinking, and I'm guilty.
So, am I on mute or are you just fucking jaw jacking like
jaw jacking because I've been gone for a week? I apologize.
God damn it! Shut the fuck up. Holy crap.
I'm so excited.
Okay, whether you were doing your little intro there, you mentioned nobody alive today and slavery and this, that, and the other. That's actually false. I have hugged an Irish slave. My great-grandfather was an indentured servant.
Is he alive?
He was a young teenager. He is not alive today, but I am.
Okay.
Anyway, because, indentured servitude is not slavery, except they don't pay you and you can't leave and they'll hunt you down if you try to leave. And they usually rewrote the conditions of your indentured servitude every so often to make it so that you weren't going anywhere. That sounds suspiciously like slavery to me. I'm sorry, it does. Yeah. This show, though, is a lot more about the gaslighting that has gone on around these things, using the slavery and civil rights and everything as a blunt object to club people over the head with, to get everybody to feel bad and comply. And I want to hang on 1 second. Let me stop that screen there and pull up another screen entirely, because I want to show you just how much shit went into this show.
All right, hang on. I'm going to grab my pad of paper. Keep going.
Paper.
Right
yeah.
back.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, never mind the add a page thing over there. That's all the shows that we've been working on or have worked through. But just this one, all of this information, Juneteenth is tied into Rosa Parks. It's tied into the universities. It's tied into, here's the drivers between the federal holiday who put this whole thing together. Juneteenth history and spread, Juneteenth universities and education, Juneteenth federal holiday campaign, Rosa Parks and Claudette Colvin. If you don't know who she is, I'm going to tell you because you're going to be mad. Highlander Center. I'm going to tell you who they are too. I've told you this before about the Highlander Center. I've talked about the Highlander Center before.
All right.
And then Pop sent a bunch of links on modern slavery and why all of this crap is bullshit because of this crap.
Correct.
Basically, they pick and choose what they want you to hear or say or see or know.
The Democrats censoring people and trying to
I
mold
know,
people's thought
I
processes,
know, it's tough.
control the
It's
schools. No, that's not
it's
happening.
hard. I understand. It's hard. The thing is, all of this stuff is rammed down your kids' throats. Well, excuse the hell out of me. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, maybe I'm allergic to the bullshit. I think that's what it is. I'm allergic to the bullshit. I'm allergic to the Bolshevik.
Yeah, there's digested oats, barley. Yeah, you're right. It's total bullshit.
Yeah.
I got
There
it.
you go. So the Juneteenth National Independence Holiday. I'm going to do a little sing-along here. Well, you guys don't actually have to sing along, but we've discovered that StreamYard has incorporated a teleprompter feature, which I am going to pre-flight tonight on you poor slobs. Juneteenth, June 19th, is one of the oldest known commemorations related to the abolition of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth, National Independence Day, was signed into law as a national holiday on June 17th, 2021. Let's stop right there. Juneteenth, National Independence Day. What's wrong with this fucking picture? What's wrong with this?
Well, it's
National Independence Day.
well, didn't we have an Independence Day?
We have an Independence Day. Yeah. Our 250th anniversary of that Independence Day is coming up. Juneteenth happened in Galveston, Texas. That's it. That's the only place it happened. One place. It happened in one place. Let's carry on, shall we? The word Juneteenth is a Black English contraction or portmanteau. First of all, a portmanteau is a combination of two or more words. It's not a Black English contraction. Please go fuck yourself.
Portmanteau, what?
Portmanteau is a mishmash of words.
I do that all the time for the popisms.
Yes. Portmanteaus. It's like a fine wine, but not at all.
I do that all the time because I'm dyslexic and I'm lazy and I just put words together.
Yes, that's portmanteau.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not a Black English contraction is what I'm getting here. Portmanteau of the month of June and the date the 19th. Really? We hadn't figured that out. Juneteenth celebrates the date of June 19th, 1865, when enslaved people of African descent located in Galveston, Texas, finally learned of their freedom slavery system in the United States. Wait a minute. Needle on record. June 19th, 1865, these people in Galveston, Texas just learned that they've been free for 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years ago, they were freed, and nobody bothered to tell them.
Well, Texas did not. I mean, they fought for the South, so why would they tell?
While I understand that, the Emancipation Proclamation took place 2.5 years ago. In 2.5 years, word never got to these people.
I mean, I understand that they were probably like, what? They got up one morning and like, wait, I'm free now? What the fuck? You know?
Probably didn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to adjust, I imagine.
When I was a boy, I lived in Alabama for 1 year. I lived in the deep South, Chickasaw, Alabama. My dad got it into his head that he wanted a marina down there. Nobody liked him because he was a fucking Yankee. Big shock. Anyway, I was a 10-year-old boy, so I was fine because I wasn't Yankee tainted yet or something or whatever it is. Anyway, in school, we actually had people come in and talk when the slaves were freed. This is not in all cases, but there were definitely cases of it because we met them, where the slave families And the slave owner families continued on as usual, except the slave owner families now had to pay them wages and so on and so forth. And the slave families and the slave owner families remained friends, and this was 150 years later. These families are still friends. So this myth of the slaves, all of the slaves, it happened. Of course it happened.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. Slavery bad. Got it.
But not all of them.
Slaves were expensive.
I know, but not all of the slave owners were reprehensible assholes.
Correct. Also, comma, I just said slaves were expensive. What do you not do with expensive equipment?
You don't run it through the mud and beat the shit out of it, and you need to maintain it because it's a big investment.
Right. So how do we know this is true? Because it was not uncommon for female slaves to have anywhere between 6 and 10 babies. The very first thing to go in human reproduction when you're in a stress situation. Look at the population right now.
No, the first thing to go is human reproduction.
No, the first thing to go. That's what I said.
Yeah, I thought you said last thing. I'm sorry.
No, the very first thing to go is human reproduction.
Correct.
Look at our population right now. We're at like 1.6.
Well, no. In Ranger School, Miss America could have ran through the patrol base, carrying a pizza, and I'd tackle her ass to take that pizza. The hell with her.
Right.
Just wanted to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally true.
Yep. Anyway, point being, these people in Galveston were the only ones this happened to, this Juneteenth thing. So freedom had been granted by the Emancipation Proclamation signed on January 1st, 1863 by Abraham Lincoln. Texas was the furthest of the Confederate States, and slaveholders there made no attempt to free the enslaved African Americans they held in bondage. This meant that Lincoln's proclamation was unenforceable without military intervention, which eventually came nearly 2.5 years later. Where I got this from. It is portrayed as this is something we have all been acknowledging all this time, and it's a national Independence Day of some kind. And herein obviously lies the gaslighting. You know what retcon is? Do you know what retcon is?
Remind me.
Retroactive continuity. It's when an event happens and then they go back and write the history before it.
It's gaslighting.
To make the event make sense.
It's gaslighting in writing.
Yes, it's very common in Hollywood in like TV series. They'll do an episode to retcon an event to make it make sense. But they also do it in real life, particularly in the government, like here with this Juneteenth National Independence Day nonsense. From 1865 forward, this day has held special meaning for people of African descent in the United States. We lived in Detroit. Did you ever hear Juneteenth mentioned?
I have never heard of that up until a few years ago.
Because nobody had heard of it until St. George of Floyd came into being.
Yes. And let's be honest, they're going to keep going till every fucking day is a holiday. And then there will be no holidays.
Which makes no day a holiday.
Correct.
Yeah. But what they'll do is force the children to memorize every holiday so that the children now have something to think about every single day that involves the state. There was a writer who wrote about shit like this once upon a time. His name was George something Orwell, I think.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is for. What's that?
He was a prophet in many ways. He called all kinds of shit.
Well, for some years now, there have been memes out there about it's supposed to be a warning, not an instruction manual. So
I don't know.
It's just crazy. This article just goes on and on about nonsense. The day has held special meaning. Juneteenth continues to be celebrated in cities with Black populations through a series of parades, family reunions, speeches, and consuming of specific foods with a red color, including barbecue, watermelon, and red soda, strawberry soda. The use of the color red in ceremonies is a practice that enslaved West Africans brought to this day. This is such a bunch of fucking hogwash. I have been all over the country since I was a young boy.
Never seen this before.
Never seen any of this before. This is pure fucking
All right, the watermelon.
Orwellian retconning.
The
Everybody
watermelon.
eats watermelon. Fuck
Everyone eats
you.
that.
I grew up on watermelon.
But
There's watermelon
remember,
all over here.
I remember when I was like 11, I went to my buddy's house in Oak Park. He was black and he had watermelon in it, but they had soaked it in vodka.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing too.
Really
Rum is another alcohol of choice. But the whole watermelon thing is such a load of bullshit. I am sitting a mile from a watermelon field that is basically the size of Berkeley.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Okay, it's about 2 miles away. My bad. But yeah. Seriously, this is where the watermelon is grown. Don't give me that shit about, oh, it's a cultural thing. You can't eat watermelon because you're white. I grew up on it. Fuck you. Watermelon and corn all summer long. The use of the color red in ceremonies is a practice that West Africans brought to the United States. Contemporary food items that maintain this cultural connection include cola nut tea and hibiscus tea, neither of which you see anywhere at all, except in like Jamaica or the Caribbean. I know they drink hibiscus tea in the Highlands, but I think that's a function of the pirates.
I don't know.
Actually,
I've sent I think 3 companies of dudes to North Africa.
Yeah.
You know, I had to sit in on all of the cultural, because you got to take the classes on the culture you're going to and all that.
Yeah.
I have never heard of any of that. I've not heard of any of it.
That's because it's all fucking.
It's a possibility.
It's all retcon gaslighting. All of it's fucking retcon gaslighting. The whole fucking thing. And then the national parks reenactment of the moment of freedom from the Washington family at Booker T National Monument in Virginia.
Okay. So
this is like a Civil War reenactment or something. There's like 4 people there. So how many slaves were in Galveston at that time?
I have no idea.
Let's grok that real fast.
It's probably not that many.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be Confederates soldiers that told them? Because the Union didn't have enough dudes to go all the way into.
No, the Union forces made it down that far.
Well, they did. Okay. I mean, I know the Union forces that crossed the Mississippi were very stretched thin.
Yeah.
Was what's that march? What was
the wrong thing here?
What was that march they went on that went down and destroyed everything in its path?
Oh, the sacking of Atlanta.
Yes. Yeah, that was just absolutely brutal.
So we're talking about approximately 1,200 people.
All right. So, that's like what, two battalions and 2 support companies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About 1,200 people. This whole fucking thing is just, it's just so ridiculous. It's the oldest known U.S. celebration of the abolition of chattel slave system. They had to change that too. There was no such thing as chattel slavery. They made that up in like the 70s to make it worse, because then they would have had to acknowledge the Irish slaves and the Scots slaves and all of the slaves that were being taken throughout the Mediterranean. That, the United States Marine Anthem. How's that go again? From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli?
Yeah, because they were taking our people slaves, and we're like, fuck off. We went down there and whipped their ass.
Yes, exactly.
We burned down like 2 or 3 cities, sank a whole navy, smoked a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. So this whole Juneteenth thing is the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's silly.
Not for a PR and propaganda and pushing more blame, shame, and guilt on people.
Well, yeah, that's essentially what it's for.
Because that is how we got to where we are today. Is they use guilt, blame, and shame to have people sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Now it's fucking out of control.
Yeah.
They use that and they fucking invaded us. We've done shows on this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to go into detail today, but that's what happened. Just so you know. So next time people try to guilt, blame, and shame you, tell them to fuck off. And don't play along.
What kills me is, like I said a couple of minutes ago, this has found its way into all of our schools. This is what your children are being taught. They're being taught this nonsense. And once it gets into their head after a certain point, that's it. That's it. That's what their reality will be. So you need to, one of the reasons I wanted to do this is those of you with kids out there, or those of you with grandkids out there, nephews or nieces or whatever, any kids you can get to, explain to them what gaslighting is, explain to them what retconning is, retroactive continuity, and show them this is, go find a history book, go to the libraries and find history books that are from like the 60s and stuff. None of this exists. None of this exists. It was down in Galveston and I think one or two other areas. Yes, they have a little Juneteenth celebration, but it was never any big, huge anything. We would have seen it. I guarantee you they would have hopped all over this shit back in the 70s when the civil rights movement was at its height.
Oh, yeah. The late 60s up until the early 80s, it would have been all over the place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially around 1984, 1985. That's when America is an Evil Empire became popular in the schools. Okay. That's when we were a slaving nation of colonists. I remember the history books because I was that kid who read history books. I was that kid. Changing when we got to sophomore year of high school from America the Beautiful to America the nation of slaving colonists. If Juneteenth was important, it would have been there then.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was not.
It wasn't there. I have no memory of this.
Nobody has any memory of it until 2021 when Obama Biden, I can't even say his name correctly because nobody believes that. Oh, Biden, yeah. Nobody believes that Biden was anything but a sock puppet.
Yeah, Biden was the bottom for Obama.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much. So it took 2 years for them to get down there and tell these 1,200 slaves in Texas that they had been freed. U.S. Brigadier General Gordon Granger and his troops landed at Galveston, Texas. You know what? I'm going to do this real quick. Copy, grab notes, Control A V, because this is actually a little bit easier. General Gordon Granger and his troops landed at Galveston, Texas, confirming that the Civil War had ended and that enslaved African Americans were now free. Prior to Granger's arrival, the military presence in Texas was too weak to enforce President Lincoln's emancipation. So this is just a matter of enforcement.
Yeah.
The slaves may have well known, but here comes the official statement. 2 months later, after General Lee's surrender in Virginia, Union forces were strong enough to act as a liberating force for enslaved African Americans throughout the state. They were still Africans. They were still Africans. In the years before Granger's landing, news of the proclamation was slow to reach Texas and did not reach some quarters at all. In other places, the news was hidden by slaveholders to preserve slavery. Of course, it's money. One of the Granger's first acts was to announce freedom for Africans, and many left Texas immediately for the North or to search for family in other slaveholding states. Even freedom seekers with no fixed destination left their place of bondage, if for no other reason than to grasp freedom for the very first time. A lot of them went west and became cowboys.
Yeah.
The Juneteenth celebration grew during the years following the Civil War, with many formerly enslaved Africans and their descendants making annual anniversary pilgrimages to Galveston. There's no such thing. Maybe a couple of families. I could see a couple of families. I have no problem with that at all.
I'm looking at right here. A General Galveston, when he enforced the
General
Granger, he had only 2,000 Union troops for all of Texas.
Yep.
That's it. That's nothing for you know how big Texas is? Holy fuck. I knew it was a small force.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't become an official holiday in Texas until 1980.
I don't remember that either.
Nobody remembers that.
I didn't live in Texas.
They would have mentioned it. They would have mentioned it. My guess is somebody went, we passed a resolution that this is now a holiday in Galveston, and everybody just said seconded, and then nobody paid any attention to it. This would have shown up in the history books. The way that they blow this up, there's no way this would not have shown up in the history books. This is what retconning looks like. Now, on to the Emancipation Proclamation. One of the things a lot of people don't realize about his 1863 emancipation is it only freed the slaves in the southern states. It did not free the slaves in Maryland. It did not free the slaves in any Union state at all,
or the Indian reservations,
or the Indian reservations. That's a whole side topic we get to talk about. But everybody thinks Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation was the end of slavery. No, it was only the southern states.
Oh, it's saying here that Juneteenth was widely celebrated informally in Texas since 1866.
My guess is people would on June 19th go, "Happy Juneteenth," and that would be it.
Informally.
And maybe there would be a couple of backyard barbecues. I'm fine with it. Let's clarify something here. I'm fine with them celebrating it. That's fine. It happened. That's great. What I'm angry about is the gaslighting.
And using it to harbor more blame, shame, and guilt.
Exactly.
I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah. And most people are. They're just entirely sick of all of this nonsense. Nobody wants to hear this crap anymore. We're tired of the white guilt stuff.
Also, I got to put this out.
Yeah.
Blake is going to be on this Thursday. And we have 2 more lives saved. We're going to read into the record.
Blake is going to be on this Thursday?
I believe so. So I could be wrong. My mind could be in a different groove, but I believe that is the case.
Yeah.
So if Blake is on, we have
I'll communicate with him. Yeah. 2 more. That'll bring us up to 598.
598.
Holy shit, dude.
598. And listen, we'd have more if we weren't shadow banned. We're not getting out there. Our reach is not getting out there. So if you're watching this on Rumble, please repost this on your channels. We need to get this far and wide. There's a whole lot of dudes out there lost in the sauce, circling the drain, going through fucking the hell on earth of losing their kids, divorce, and other shit that's going on, thinking it's only them and they're suffering in silence and they're not alone.
Yeah.
So please do that for me. All right. Sorry about that. I had to put that out.
I'm running into guys here and there online that are talking about stuff like that. I'm like, we got a place for you, man.
I literally got a video last Monday.
Yeah.
It came out last Monday on how we were doing this.
Mm-hmm.
A whole philosophy is nobody's really
that's my new propaganda video.
Yeah. I've been called the Valley of Death.
Yeah. I've been using that as my new propaganda video for the organization. Let's hop back to Juneteenth here in the Emancipation Proclamation. With all of the stink around the Emancipation Proclamation, like I said, it was only the slaves in the South, and Two-Leg over on the Rumble chat happened to pop in and say, yeah, the North kept their slaves for another 2 years, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I happen to know for a fact that indentured servitude remained a thing in the United States, and especially along the eastern seaboard, until at least 1922.
And they used to do a thing called Shanghai.
Yes.
Where they drugged you, got you super drunk, and put you on a ship.
And it took you out to sea, and bam, you're a sailor.
Yeah. And it took years to get out from underneath that shit.
Yep. Yeah. So this whole thing, I mean, slavery bad. We established that at the beginning of the show. But none of this erased slavery. None of this is a national holiday. That's all a load of shit. Even the Emancipation Proclamation, which I grew up believing was the end of slavery, because that's what we were told, and it's a perfect example. It took me decades to figure out that, wait, that's gaslighting too.
It was. The left isn't the only one that has done that.
No. Far from it. Far from it. Abraham Lincoln, by the way, was a champion wrestler.
Yeah, and I believe he fought 3 duels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was lost on me. They should have told us that. I would have paid more attention in school. Abraham Lincoln, wrestler and president. I'm in. It's the early 80s. That was the era of WWF.
Loved it.
Yeah, there you go.
Roddy Piper, my favorite wrestler.
There you go. Now, this whole Juneteenth thing always has an origin story. Where is this shit coming from. Okay. The campaign split cleanly into two tracks: grassroots activism and legislative action, the final 1 or 2 years that converged in 2021. Oh, what did he just say? Legislative action only happened in 2021. That's odd. Didn't they just say that everybody was celebrating this and Texas made it a state holiday and 45 other states? I didn't read that part, but yeah, 45 other states supposedly acknowledged it. You know what a resolution is? Do you understand resolutions?
Yeah.
It's for those of you out there who don't know what that means. It is simply they stand up in chambers in a Senate and either a state or in federal Congress and say, we resolve that this is a good thing. And everybody says, harumph, harumph. And that's it. And they move on.
Or they say such and such has ended.
Or such and such has ended. Yes.
Yeah. It's a beginning or an end.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Harumph, harumph. Carry on. It has no real weight or power at all. But anyway, this whole thing started with this woman named Opal Lee, who's considered the grandmother of Juneteenth, who nobody has ever heard of.
I've never heard of her.
Yeah. She campaigned for decades to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, leading symbolic 2.5-mile walks every year.
How old was she?
I'm getting to that in just a second. So she was born in Marshall, Texas on October 7th, 1926. She's 99 years old. She's still alive.
Okay.
Good run.
Miles
Good run.
distance. Okay, good.
2.5 miles.
100 years old. That's a long way.
I don't know if she's still doing that, but she did it when she was 86. So kudos to the old bat.
Yeah, kudos.
Okay.
We got to respect it.
Yep. Now, here's the thing where it gets weird. When she was 10, she and her family moved to Fort Worth. The Flakes later moved to the 7th Ward of Fort Worth, known as Terrell Heights. In June of 1939, her parents bought a house in the 900 block of East Annie Street, a mostly white area. On June 19th, 1939, 500 white rioters, they counted them, vandalized and burned down their home. Really? Lee was 12 years old at the time. Here's where you know this is propaganda with an NGO or something like that behind her. Okay. Recalling it years later, she said, the fact that it happened on the 19th day of June has spurred me to make people understand that Juneteenth is not just a festival.
Huh.
No 12-year-old thinks about that shit when their house is on fire. Fuck all the way off.
I mean, that's a solid argument. I'm sure when your house is on fire, a lot of shit goes through your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, it would be revenge. I mean, that's
right.
my go-to emotion.
Yeah. Oh my God, did my puppy get out? Oh my God, my teddy bear burned up. Somebody kill someone.
Yeah. I'd be like,
which I get. I was very, yeah. I was possessive of such things. Mostly my Star Wars people, Legos, and Ralpartha miniatures when I was 12.
Yeah.
I had moved from the Star Wars people to the Ralpartha miniatures by that point, I think. The Star Wars people got less use. The Partha miniatures got more.
Yeah, I started painting miniatures when I was
right.
12.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this lady claims that many years later, she thought back to that moment when she was 12 and understood that Juneteenth is not just a festival. This is NGO propaganda, and this is how you spot it. She has a memory of when she was very young, and all she could think about was how Juneteenth is not just a festival.
Okay.
Not a thing. Okay.
Turning it into mythology.
Not a thing.
They're turning it into mythology.
That's correct. Yes, they are mythologizing the event. They're using her as the focus. They're using her as the freaking Horcrux for this, for you Harry Potter heads out there.
The whole crux.
She attended M. Terrell High School, Fort Worth's first black high school, graduating in 1943 at the age of 16. She married and had 4 kids, but they divorced after 5 years. She graduated from Wiley College in Marshall, Texas, and she married another guy. Taught at Amanda McCoy Elementary School for 15 years, working nights at Convair to support her 4 children from the previous marriage. In 1967, she married Dale Lee. Where'd that go? When she was a teacher at McCoy, and he was the principal at Morningside Elementary. After receiving her master's degree, she returned to Fort Worth, where she was an educator for the Fort Worth Independent School District for 15 years and a homeschool counselor for 9 years before retiring in 1977. She was also a member of the Fort Worth Tarrant County Community Action Agency Board, Evans Avenue Business Association Board, Tarrant County Habitat for Humanity Board, Citizens Concerned with Human Dignity Board.
God.
Currently serves on the Unity Unlimited Board and is a member of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority.
Wow.
Everything here says to me, highly groomed individual, very Rosa Parks like. And she was selected because her house probably was burned on June 19th, which is a perfect origin story.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
For an
Everyone's got one.
activist like this, yes. Mhm.
Everyone's got an origin story. Even I do.
Yep.
And
this is, I mean, it is like a cookie cutter item.
well,
There's nobody else around. The problem here is there's nobody else around who is interested in June 19th. Just little Miss Opal here.
Well, I mean, this is what amazes me is
Mhm.
how far the left goes to have yet another reason to fundraise, grift, and manipulate.
Yes.
And how long has that been going on for? And what else have we been manipulated into?
Yep.
I mean, and it's not just the left, the right has done it too.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Absolutely. The Emancipation Proclamation is an example of that.
Well, yeah, and or World War II start off with Pearl Harbor. And
Patriot Act.
oh yeah, that's a big one too.
Mhm. What was the ship off the coast of Vietnam? We just found out that was fake.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Or
Yeah,
the
this is-
the USS Liberty.
or remember the Maine.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. I mean, this
Yes.
is what's annoying me.
Gaslighting works.
It does. It does.
Yeah, that's
And
the big
hopefully
problem.
with the
is that
internet, we'll be able to shut that down. But
gaslighting works.
it
Yeah.
does.
It's less and less. It works less and less because we are the lesser of the podcasting crowd out there. There are a lot of podcasters who get out there and talk about this sort of thing. We're just the most entertaining, and we say shit like Bolshevik. So anyway, Miss Opal brings us to the history of this shit and how it works. Okay, so y'all know who Rosa Parks was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She sat on a bus and nobody would move. Or she wouldn't move.
She would
proceed
would
for a
not
white
move
man.
to the back of the bus.
Right. Now, that incident, there are a lot of photographs of that incident. And they did go back and restage it and take more pictures. But there were photographs there. The year was 1953. What's the problem? I'm not asking you what your problem is. I'm asking what the problem was with photographs of the Rosa Parks incident.
I used to know this, not up to speed on it, but
That's okay. It's all you have to do is think back and remember that family photos and dad with a camera was not really a thing until the 60s. Nobody was walking around with personal cameras at that time. That was not a thing. If there was
they were super
one
expensive.
camera, yes, if there was one camera on that bus, it would have been shocking. Somehow there were 2 or 3 or 4 cameras on that bus.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, usually I'm back then, if there was a crime scene, it took the cops hours to get a photographer out there.
Correct. You had to send for a photographer.
Uh-huh.
Yep, you absolutely had to
And
send
they didn't
for a
even keep
photographer.
one on staff. It's not like he was being paid. They had to like
Yeah.
Go back to the station.
No, there were guys who that was their job, and your detectives and the desk sergeant had a little Rolodex.
Well, not only in major cities.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a major city, there was a guy that you could call and he would come in and do it.
Yeah. You know where that was often? The coroner's office.
Yeah.
Because the coroner's got to take pictures of dead bodies.
Yeah.
So they usually got their cameras from the coroner's office. Let's see here. I have to bring up the Highlander Center real fast. And we've talked about these guys before, okay? Now, the interesting thing is I ran this on several AIs with Rosa Parks, and I'm sure Opal Lee is the same case. Highlander Center has been there for quite a while. Opal Lee's timeline tracks. She was a vocal person in the movement by 1976. Which is 25 years after Rosa Parks. Now, Rosa Parks was known to be a communist, known to associate with the Highlander Center, known to have taken courses with the Highlander Center, known to associate with all of the people from the Highlander Center. What's the Highlander Center? Well, the Highlander Center is an offshoot of Karl Marx's friend, a Russian whose name I'm not recalling right now, whose people came over here and attempted to establish a school much like the Frankfurt School in Texas in the 30s. And they failed. The Texans told them to fuck off. Well, they went to Tennessee, where they successfully established this school. I use AI to do a lot of this research to speed it up because I know a lot of the facts behind some of this stuff to begin with. And every AI came back with the Highlander Center and its relation with Rosa Parks. They do not try to hide it. She definitely was involved with the Highlander Center when that incident happened. But every AI at the end goes, oh, but they're not a communist organization. And here's all the reasons that they're not a communist organization.
Okay.
Now, for every AI to do that in exactly the same place in the data that it hands you, says that the information is being tampered with. Now, let's.
You mean they're changing everything to point to a
certain
conclusion?
Yeah.
No, not a new technology.
Here's the Highlander Center in their own words: training the next generation of movement leaders. That is always communism. Always communist. It's color revolution shit. It's communist shit. It's Frankfurt School shit. It's Herbert Marcuse shit. It's Karl Marx shit. The feminism is Herbert Marcuse. We covered that in the fun episode we did on him. We are all rooted in the South in Appalachia and grounded in a 90-year practice of participatory research and popular education, incubating the movements that drive us from the world we inherited to the one we deserve. That's communism. We know movement education is mission critical to address the issues of our times. That's why we strive to collect, refine, and publish our training resources. Workshops to build collective knowledge and power to inform organizing work on the ground. Sign up for an upcoming workshop. I'm tempted to go do a, wow, that image there kind of says quite a bit, doesn't it?
If we had the money.
I would like to go there and take a course. I think it would be very funny.
And film it and do some shows on it. Yeah. An expose. We don't have enough money for that. That's beyond shoestring budget stuff.
Yeah. It is. We're working on it.
Yes.
We are working on it. Make space in 2024 for cultural organizing. Septima Clark Learning Center. While all of this is going on, while Rosa Parks is being shoved down our throats, here, yet again, is the part that pisses me off about the communist gaslighting. You ever heard of Claudette Colvin?
No.
Nobody has. You know why? Because she wouldn't play their little fucking games. She's a 15-year-old girl in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
2 months before Rosa Parks, she refused to give up her seat to a white woman on a crowded, segregated bus 9 months before Rosa Parks' more famous protest. This is by far the most well-known precedent and matches the young black woman detail She almost certainly is the one most people mean when they refer to this story. And this is coming from NPR. What happened?
So
Go
what
ahead.
you're saying is they repeated an event for the sole purpose of propaganda. And
Because
happens
Claudette,
3 cameras there.
because Claudette Colvin wouldn't play ball.
Yeah, she did it first.
Yeah. She didn't, though. They did it first because Aurelia S. Browder was also arrested on April 29th, and Mary Louise Smith, 18, was arrested on October 21st, 1955, both in Montgomery, both before Parks. And I'm guessing none of them would play ball either. They probably just wanted to be left alone.
No.
Ride the bus, go
Here's
to work.
another thing is I think they had to put a bunch of chips into play because if I recall, there was a huge boycott after Rosa Parks was reported to have done what she's done.
Uh-huh.
That takes a lot of coordination to make it effective. You don't just pull that out of your hat unless somebody gets murdered in the street and it's all over the news. Am I wrong?
I believe you're right. The Montgomery bus boycott, sparked by her arrest on December 1st, 1955, for refusing to give up her seat. The 381-day mass protest successfully desegregated buses. Look, as far as I'm concerned, bus segregation is just dumb.
It is bullshit.
It's dumb. It's a bus. You're
Yeah.
going from point A to point B. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, if you start to get a little bit of thug life action going, like in San Francisco, where they had to turn off all the police cameras, that's a different story. You don't want those people on the bus. They're clearly violent and bad news. But if you're talking about a 15-year-old girl or an 18-year-old girl or a 37-year-old mom that clearly isn't a threat, just leave them the fuck alone. If somebody is hostile, throw them off the bus.
Yes.
If they're belligerent, throw them off the bus. If they're stoned out of their fucking mind and throwing up, throw them off the bus. If they try to rob somebody, kick their ass and throw them off the bus.
Call the police. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you need to do. But, it's a dumb idea anyway. What has me so angry here is, again, the gaslighting. They had to create Rosa Parks because these other women were like, why would we want to do that? What does this?
One, not everyone is willing to have their name plastered everywhere. So I understand that.
Correct, yeah.
Number 2, like I said, they had to plan the boycott and make
Mhm.
sure they had everything prepared so it would take place because there was no internet back then. And they weren't going to get on media because they're colored back then. So they had to make arrangements. And that takes time.
Yes.
So
this was a planned event. Rosa Parks attended a 2-week
IOPS work.
So Rosa Parks was arrested in December. In August of 1955, coincidentally, Rosa Parks attended a 2-week workshop at the Highlander Folk School on implementing school desegregation. This is just months before her December arrest. White civil rights advocate Virginia Durr, not white, but we won't mention that detail here, arranged a scholarship for Parks to attend the August 1955 desegregation workshop at the Highlander School and an interracial training center for labor and civil rights activists in Appalachian, Tennessee, translation, a communist school.
Well,
the workshop.
This is what I'm going to say here.
Mhm.
Looking back on what took place in the 60s and 70s with the desegregation, that needed to happen.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit that was going on was fucking reprehensible.
Yes.
It truly was.
Uh-huh.
And I'm an honorable man, and I don't think I could stand by and watch people get fucked up because of their color of their skin for no fucking reason.
Mhm.
Now, if they were assholes or, trying to push Sharia law or some stuff, that's a whole different ball of wax. But if you're minding your fucking business and you're trying to get along and exist in the world, which it's already hard to live here, the prime material plane is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then we have people making it that much fucking worse for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that at all.
Not as bad as the astral plane with like Githyanki and mind flayers, but
yes.
yeah.
You'll get that's a D&D reference.
We
Yes.
need to do a D&D show one of these days. Anyway,
hey, let's do it around Halloween.
do that. Here's the thing with the Rosa Parks and all what you're talking about, segregation, things like that. I mentioned Detroit probably as often as I mentioned Korea because Pop and I grew up there.
Yes.
Pop's currently sitting in Detroit or like 1/2 mile north of
I'm in the redneck buffer zone.
You're in the redneck buffer zone.
I meant 9.5 mile. Detroit ends at 8 mile.
Yeah. Anyway, when we were kids, there were black neighborhoods, there were white neighborhoods, there were Jewish neighborhoods, and I think there was like a Puerto Rican neighborhood on the east side. Over by Mac and Caju, there was a Puerto Rican neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah. I dated a girl named Charmaine who was Puerto Rican.
I didn't know this.
There's
probably some hot, big titty, hotties back then. Damn.
I know. I was dating one of them.
Fuck you, man. God damn it. I didn't know this.
She went to Our Lady Star of the Sea, the all-girl Catholic school on the east side.
Of course she was Catholic.
Yeah. Yes. From an all-girl Catholic school.
Dirty.
Anyway, the neighborhoods segregated themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's typical.
Because people like to live amongst their own kind. There's no problem with that. And we didn't have any problem. There weren't any beefs. If you stepped onto somebody else's block and started a beef, you were going to get your ass beat. You might get shot depending on the neighborhood.
And the color clothes you wore. Because there was a red and blue thing going on back then.
Yeah, that was late 80s. They didn't really happen
in the mid 80s.
Did you ever hear what happened to the Latin Counts that came up from Chicago?
Oh, they got smoked.
They came into Detroit to start. We had a Mexican neighborhood too down in on the Lower West Side.
Yeah, I think they still have restaurants there.
Yeah, the Latin Counts came up from Chicago into Detroit because they were going to take over. Orale, we're going to take over. Detroiters went, oh, this is going to be cool.
It didn't work out for them.
Stomped the shit out of them. The shit out of them. Detroiters just don't like to be bothered.
I believe a couple of those guys died, if I remember.
Yes.
They died in the hospital. They were beaten to death. Or beaten until they were circling the drain, and then they died in the hospital.
And a bunch of skinheads tried to come down in 1988. I was there for this one.
That didn't work out either.
They came down from Fowlerville and were going to cause havoc. And the Detroit police got wind of it because they announced it on like a local radio show or something. We're going to come down to Detroit, kick us some nigga butt. Nah. That didn't play out.
No.
Because the Detroit police literally went around to all of the clubs and said, we're taking the night off.
What was that?
Oh, okay.
There was a dance club that had 3 floors that was in Detroit.
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews Hall. That's it.
I was there when one of the Sids took one of the Northern Hammers by his pants and dragged him across the full 200-foot length of the dance floor in St. Andrews Hall, out the old stone steps, and chucked him out onto Congress Street.
No, I was there right after I got off active duty, and I was there with Richard Dorn. It was like 92, 93. And these skinheads were just beating the crap out of this black dude. They were going to kill him. And me and Richard had to intervene.
In the back alley?
It was off to the side.
That would have been
cars driving by. It wasn't a big deal. And I'm like, Rich, they're going to kill that guy. He's like, God damn it.
Come on.
We went out there and intervened.
Welcome.
We didn't beat anybody up or anything, but we're like, hey man.
The point of our crazy ass rambling here is
don't fuck around in Detroit.
That too. Forced government segregation is bad.
Yeah.
But people will naturally segregate. They just do. It's not a big fucking deal. Let them. Who cares? But forcing segregation or forcing integration for that matter.
Not a good thing.
You can't do it. It doesn't fucking work. We've tried all of that shit, man.
Well, I mean, they have 250,000 rapes in the UK.
Yeah.
That worked out well. And we're still trying to cover that up.
Yep.
You have the northern regions, Sweden, Norway became rape capitals of the world.
Sweden became the rape capital of the world.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. On top of all of this gaslighting, they don't care about the real problem. See this
there it
little
is.
map? See this little
map
map
I
here?
sent you.
Global slavery index by country. Okay. Let's talk a little bit of fucking reality. There is slavery all over the place. See this over here? That's Libya. Yay. There's Egypt right there. There's Algeria. Yay. I saw fucking slave markets here.
Uh-huh.
I saw slave markets south of Algiers.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. We're like, okay. We're just here to do a job. We're in and out. We're only going to be here fucking like a week. We don't want to know.
Look at Mexico.
But, yeah.
And that's the ranking in the world, right? 58.
Yeah. What the Global Slavery Index means. The Global Slavery Index includes 3 main markers that reflect the severity of slavery within that nation. The prevalence of slavery per 100,000 people shows the estimated number of people in modern slavery. The index looks at the vulnerability score. This score shows how likely modern slavery can take hold of people within a country. Countries with lower scores have better systems in place to prevent slavery. Finally, the government response looks at how each government works to end modern day slavery. In some countries, I'm going to give you a hint, they don't. Okay?
Uh-huh.
They don't look at these things. And is there a zoom on here? Yes, there is a zoom on here.
Wow.
Gosh, you know what odd here is Africa, where all of the slaves were stolen by the European. Did you know no European ever went into Africa to take slaves?
Yeah, I know, because their
That
life
never happened.
if you went into the interior of Africa back in the day,
You'd
as
be
a white
eaten or turned into a slave.
well, no, your life expectancy was 18 months or less because of all the diseases and violence and all the
Yeah.
crazy shit.
Yes. Yeah. This is today. This is 2026. This
Yeah.
map here, this is 2026. Okay. Let's look at South Sudan.
100.
Yeah. Central African Republic, once part of Congo. Congo itself, 94. Somalia, 98.
Look at Iraq.
Yeah.
Israel 45.
There's Iran, Afghanistan.
One of those links I
Iraq.
sent you had
There it is, 82.
Yeah, one of those links I sent you had from 2013 reported a bunch of human trafficking in Israel itself.
Well, that's why I'm looking at Israel here and it says 35 and it's like, no, it's not. This whole region, the Mediterranean, the southern end of the Mediterranean, has had a slavery problem for
Since
fucking
the
ever.
Roman times.
Probably way before that.
Well, I would say, yeah, before the Rome, because Rome was like
Way
a huge
before
slavery.
that. And a lot of people like to point at Egypt and go, oh, the Jews and the pyramids and all that. They just found a whole pile of, I was watching a documentary with Mrs. Dwarf the other night, and we're like, what the fuck? They literally found letters, papyrus letters, from the labor bosses who were doing the work on the mines for the stones to make the pyramids, right?
Yep.
They were competitive work gangs.
So they were being compensated.
They were well paid.
They were professional.
They went on strike 3 times against the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh paid them every time. They were organized. They competed with each other to see who could produce the most. There are letters of it. There are literally, it's fascinating to somebody like me because I'm a total fucking geek.
Well,
Literally letters of this shit. So there goes the whole, I mean, were there slaves? Probably.
Oh, no, there
I would
was.
bet there were. But you have to create these bricks. You have to understand these bricks are within tolerances of millimeters. In the Bronze Age.
Well, hang on.
Slaves not going to do that.
Here's the thing about slavery, all right?
Yeah.
To produce a slave, you actually have to break that person.
Yes. Yep.
And you can break a man, but afterwards, he will do nothing fast nor well.
Correct.
So if you want precision, quick work, you're not getting that from a slave.
Yeah.
They always look to do the bare minimum.
Yep.
Or they're not going to give the 100% needed for detailed work.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I mean, that's the way that works. So if you want to have a highly skilled workforce, you're probably not going to have them be 100% slaves. Were there slaves there probably working to an extent doing basic grunt work? I would have to say yes. I would, because there's always wars. Prisoners of war usually wind up slaves, and that's just the way it was back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah. But were they all slaves? No.
Pretty sure that evil button pushing monkey
Here
has
comes
slaves.
the slave monkey. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give the briefing. All right. We here at Redonkulas.com, we do what we do to save lives from suicide using logic, reason, truth, and comedy. We're going to read 2 more lives into the record, either this Thursday or next Thursday when Blake is on next. We just got our monetization back on YouTube, but
Yay!
yeah, but they took a whole bunch of loot from us. We are operating on less than a shoestring budget. We want to keep doing what we're doing because it is very important work. So any little bit you can send in goes a long way. Thank you in advance. Let us continue.
Okay. There we were, hip deep in soju caps. I want to show you this one here. What did I do with this? We have a large influx of sub-Saharan Africans, Middle Eastern type countries, and in particular, a large influx of Indians. Indian culture is in America probably one of the misunderstood cultures of all time. We don't know shit about them except that they make that funny head bobble thing. They make Bollywood movies and they make curry.
And
that's about what the average American knows.
And their divorce laws in India are fucking brutal, man.
Are they really?
Oh my God.
I didn't know anything about that.
Like the whole feminist stuff going on. And then you have cultural laws that have been on the books for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Oh, good times.
All
good times.
Working against dudes. They're just totally fucked.
Meanwhile, just so you can see the rest of the world, there's the rest of the world. Anybody notice any glaring inconsistencies here?
There's a couple of big blue spots on that map there, Dwarf.
Yeah.
What are those dark schmutzes?
That this here is India being the slave capital of the entire fucking world at the moment.
Well, they do have a caste system. And if you're born...
If you were a delete, you were a slave.
Yeah. If you are the lowest caste, you literally are fucked.
Yeah. You want to make an Indian tech worker mad, say Control-Alt-Delete. They don't like that for some reason. Dalit is the lower class, is the lowest case. It's the dirt people, basically. India has the biggest slavery population that we're importing them. We got rid of slavery and we're importing slavers. I don't care what people say. You call it istophobic, whatever you want. It's right there. It's right there. They have the biggest slave culture in the world at the moment. There it is. I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person.
Again, this is more that, guilt, blame, and shame bullshit to make you shut up.
Well, you brought this up at the beginning, right before the beginning of the show, actually, and 50 million people remain trapped in modern slavery. I think that number is significantly higher, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Social workers play a pivotal role in spotting hidden victims of human trafficking and forced labor. Now, here's the thing. All of this human trafficking that people are talking about, it's just another word for slavery. You are selling a person for money, and they have to do X without compensation. That's slavery. Okay, so human trafficking is slavery. We have slavery rings in the United States. We do not have human trafficking rings. We have slavery rings in the United States of America. The sooner we wrap our heads around that, the quicker we realize that we don't need to be here. We fought this war already.
And a lot of people died. Yeah.
That just pisses me the fuck off. According to the latest global estimates of modern slavery, ILL walk free, still the authoritative benchmark cited in 25-26. 50 million people live in modern slavery at any given day, an increase of 10 million since 2016. Of these, 27.6 million are in forced labor and 22 million are in forced marriage or sex slave. The global report on trafficking in persons in 2024 revealed a 25% rise in detected victims compared to pre-pandemic levels in 2019. Oh, good. So all of the lockdowns facilitated slavery because they had control of people. Gosh, it's almost as if that was somehow intentional and or exploited in some way.
No.
In India, home to an estimated 11 million people in modern slavery, NCRB crime in India 2023 recorded 2,183 trafficking cases, including 6,288 victims, with forced labor cases outnumbering sexual exploitation in several states.
God, that is just fucking turns my stomach, man.
And here's modern slavery, human trafficking, forced labor, sexual exploitation, domestic servitude, forced marriage, criminal exploitation, and organ removal, which is a big thing. In China, apparently, they have camps where they keep the Chinese Muslims, the Uyghurs.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, they have been harvesting them. And I would bet they've been doing it to the Tibetans as well, because they're trying to wipe the Tibetans out.
Wouldn't surprise me.
You're not wrong.
That's just like, this shit goes on and fucking on, man. Let me close a couple of tabs here.
All right, so I'm looking here on
Because we have-
AI,
yeah.
and apparently there is reported estimate of nearly 300,000 unaccompanied migrant children still missing that are in this country.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fucking disgusting.
There is only one reason I can think of to move an unaccompanied child over an international border.
Yeah. And if they catch these people, they need to be put to the sword.
Yeah.
That is just disgusting. Man, I'm just getting mad. Why'd I look that up? Oh,
yeah.
I need to drink.
Yeah, there are certain things you don't want to look up, dude.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, and people aren't going to like this. I don't care. Call me an Isophobic, whatever you want. The Jewish people have a long history of slavery, both being slaves and enslaving people. It's in the fucking Bible, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
They wrote it down themselves.
But here's the thing, though, is slavery was like a whole industry all over the Mediterranean.
Still is. We just pointed that out.
And it still is.
Still is.
And if anyone says, well, I need reparations because I was a slave, at some point, every race, color, and creed was a fucking slave.
Yes.
Even the American Indians kept fucking slaves.
Yes.
I mean, get the fuck out of here. God.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, actually. Right. But the reason I'm bringing up all of this slavery across the world right now is to point out how bad this makes the gaslighting. When you gaslight about the perils of modern slavery and its evils, when there's actual slavery going on and you're not doing anything about it,
yeah, that's fucked up.
You're evil. You're contributing to that slavery. You're concealing that slavery, and you're enabling that slavery.
By taking attention away from it.
By taking all of that attention away from it.
Yeah.
Israel has a technologically advanced market economy with substantial, though diminishing, government participation. It depends on imports of crude oil, grains, raw materials, etc. The fact of the matter is, slavery there, and it's mostly domestic, is a thing. I knew guys who went through that area that said there were slave markets where you could buy domestic slaves. And they use them for like household labor and stuff like that. Are there sex slaves? I bet there are. I mean, I haven't been there personally, but I'm talking about I met freaking group guys. They were group guys that said, yeah, in Israel, they do have slaves and you can buy them in some of the markets.
In the Middle East, they have this. The sex slave thing is big.
Yes.
A lot of those.
What the number one slave is in the Middle East? Young white girls.
Yeah. What about the Yazidi? They were wiped out and sold into sex slavery.
Those were young white girls.
Yes.
The Yazidis were the remnants of
Zoroastrians.
The Zoroastrians and the original Latin kingdoms that occupied the Levant. That's what the blonde hair and the blue eyes comes from.
Yep.
from earliest Christianity. A lot of people will fight me on that. That's fine. I'd be happy to show you historical records.
And the Crusades.
Yes. Well, that the Crusades was because of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Under Biden, human trafficking soared. Across our country, a child is sold for sex every 2 minutes. If I ever come across an incident like that,
they're fucked.
I will kill you. I will. I'm not going to make any bones about it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not going to say it. If you do anything like this to a child, and I get my hands on you, you're done.
Your birthday, your future birthdays will be
all future birthdays are canceled.
Yes.
This is my line in the stone.
So you're saying they're going back to the spawn point?
You are respawning. All future birthdays are canceled. Your oxygen subscription is being canceled.
And your meat suit will be cashed in for the mineral deposits.
That is correct. Although shocking, this fact reflects a troubling reality. Human trafficking is one of the fastest growing criminal industries in the world, generating $150 billion in profits and afflicts every community in our country, including Tennessee. Now, this comes to you from Marsha Blackburn, who is a senator for the state of Tennessee. Through November of last year, there were 1,170 reports of human trafficking in Tennessee, according to the latest Tennessee Bureau of Investigation data. This number marks a significant drop from 1,432 reports in 2023, thanks in large part to the committed efforts of the governor. Unfortunately, it is still 62% higher than the number of reports recorded as recently as 2019. While human trafficking has long been a problem in our country, this heinous crime became even more pervasive under the Biden administration, which for 4 years surrendered our southern border to cartels, criminals, and traffickers. As a result, every state became a border state and suffered the tragic consequences.
This just makes me sick.
This is... And I've known this was going on. We all knew this was going on. But the gaslighting covers this stuff up. And they do it on purpose. And all of this stuff is going on. And they're not talking about this. They're not talking about selling children. I am doing my best right now not to get us fucking shut down on YouTube.
Well, here's the thing. It's like,
I
if
really
I
am.
ever had to stop doing this show, and I needed to fill my time with something worthy, I think I would link up with those spec op guys. That's all they do is hunt child traffickers.
We could build a cell. We could build our own cell as a snap-on part. We're a little old for the action parts now.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. You could coordinate.
Going against an organized, gang of individuals, yes. But if you're coming through a door and there's like two people there and they, you can handle it.
You probably handle that.
I can mop those guys up.
That's fine. I'll do all the intel work.
That's fine.
And man the comms.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at the shooty part. I can stay behind you and not get anybody killed.
Okay.
Hey.
But this whole thing is just disgusting, man.
Yeah.
It really
It's
is.
incredibly frustrating that all this shit goes on. And this is from January 6th of 2022, which is just post lockdowns. Biden border crisis leading to increase in human trafficking, former DHS officials warn. As the Biden administration marks National Human Trafficking Prevention Month, which they did nothing about, former Homeland Security officials are warning that the crisis at the southern border is exacerbating the criminal activity. And preventing the crime starts with securing the border. Biden administration released an updated national plan to combat human trafficking, which is distinct but sometimes related to human smuggling. It's the same thing. Fuck off.
Fuck yeah.
Last week, Biden issued a presidential proclamation for Human Trafficking Prevention Month, which is marked in January. They did nothing. Okay, they did nothing. This is I don't even need to read it. We all know that they did nothing.
Not a
They left
damn
the border,
thing.
left our border wide the fuck open.
Well,
And all of this activity came through it.
they sued Texas for removing their border obstructions, the barbed wire, the razor wire, the floating razor wire buoys.
Yes,
They sued
I remember
Arizona.
that.
They sued Arizona to remove the quote unquote border wall, which was just containers that they stacked up.
Yep.
The states said, we're not going to deal with this. The federal government said, no, you can't do that.
Texas said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Yep.
Texas did say go fuck yourself. This next article comes from Al Jazeera, which is in the middle of "Hi, we have slaves" territory. It's a Muslim news outlet from the Middle East. How Native Americans adopted slavery from white settlers. I'm going to stop everybody right there. That didn't happen.
That's
Okay.
all bullshit.
There are heavy documentation. There is heavy documentation about how the Native Americans already had slaves. It was common. It was a part of their culture. They would raid other tribes. They would take slaves.
Yep.
And back and forth.
Yeah,
they were this to each other.
They were enslaving themselves and genociding their entire tribes thousands of years before the white man even showed up.
Correct.
Maybe not thousands of years, but hundreds of years.
Well, yeah, close enough. But
war is not a new invention.
No, war is not a new invention.
War are not a new invention.
No, they are not. So this author, Elena Roberts, who is an assistant professor of history at the University of Pittsburgh. Oh, how about that? Last week marked the 153rd anniversary of the ratification of the 13th Amendment of the Constitution in 1865, rightly celebrated as a milestone for Black American community. Oh, she does not capitalize Black. That's interesting. The 13th Amendment led to the eventual liberation of all Africans enslaved in the United States in the 19th century, but the 13th Amendment did not free all Black enslaved people in the boundaries of modern-day U.S. Members of 5 Native American nations, the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole nations, owned Black slaves. Then located outside the territorial boundaries of the U.S. in a region known as Indian Territory. These sovereign nations were not affected by proclamations or constitutional amendments. Instead, separate treaties had to be made between the U.S. and these Native Americans, not only to free enslaved peoples, but also to formally end the American Civil War and antagonism between American and Native American troops. Look, they were separate countries. We allowed them to be separate countries. You can't let them be separate countries and then tell them, no, you got to do shit our way.
Yeah.
Is it bad? Is slavery bad? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We've established that. But you made them separate countries, and now you're crying about it. Okay, here's a nice cold glass of shut the fuck up. The fact that by the time of the Civil War, Black slavery had been an element of life among the 5 tribes for decades is rarely discussed. It is, however, an important aspect of U.S. history which serves to remind us the complexity of colonialism. The indigenous peoples of North America utilized a captive form of captive taking and involuntary labor long before European contact. They had slaves. But this form of bondage was neither transgenerational nor permanent. Captive taking was often most used to replace a dead loved one within the family with a new person. Bullshit!
Take place. That did happen, but they're all
That did happen, but there's
all kinds of stories of Indian raids going on, them taking some young kids, bringing them back, and they become part of the other tribe. I mean,
yes,
that did happen.
Both things were true. Through various avenues such as sexual relationships, adoption, hard work, military service, or escape, captives could enhance their status or even assume new identities. Why is this page jumping around? Don't do that. After European contact in the 1500s, white Europeans persuaded Native Americans to enslave members of other tribes using the European method of slave trading, which focused on the accumulation of captives for sale and thus profit. I have never seen a record of this. Ever.
Yeah. And you climbed through a lot of records.
I climbed through a shit ton of records. Okay.
It doesn't mean it's not there. We just haven't seen it yet.
I have not seen one. And the Native American slave trade thrived for over a century, began to largely be phased out by the early to mid 18th century. An important factor in its decline was the Yamasee War of 1715. After colonists in the English colony of Carolina began defaulting on some of their trade agreements and enslaving even members of their ally tribes, the Yamasee began to question its own alliance with Carolina, along with the Lower Creeks and Savannahs. Page, stop jumping around. That's really irritating. The Yamasees declared war on Carolina, killing 400 colonists, approximately 7% of the white population. The Carolina colonists put together a force of Black slaves, militiamen, volunteers, and friendly Native American nations who defeated the Yamasees and their allies. Now,
I never heard of the Yamasees.
I'm sure they exist. That's probably a legitimate tribe. There were a lot of tribes, and there were a lot of sub-tribes. The idea that the Native Americans grabbed the idea of slavery from white colonists is there's so many records of the Native Americans having. Did they have the type that they were talking about, where they would capture somebody and replace somebody who died with him? Yeah, they had that, but they also had slaves.
If the only thing they really probably learned from the Europeans and is how to be more efficient and brutal with how they kept slaves.
Industry.
And got slaves.
Industry. The Native Americans had no concept of industry.
We were fucking good at it.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
Yep.
I mean, but you know who was better? The Spanish.
Oh my God, the Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody talks about the Portuguese. They were really
all
Brazil,
of South America.
Most of Brazil was slaves.
Yes,
that was the Portuguese,
and the Spanish, and the Portuguese were responsible for that. And more of their slaves died in transit than the ones that we bought.
90% of the slaves, 90% of the slaves that went through the Middle Passage, 97% of the slaves that went through the Middle Passage, ended up in South America and the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3% came to the United States. It's documented. Sorry, it's documented.
Yep. And I believe Kamala Harris's great grandfather, I believe,
owned slaves in in Hispaniola. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thousands of slaves in Israel, global study finds. Oh, that's problematic. Israel has as many as 8,500 slaves, according to a new comprehensive study of worldwide slavery. Israel placed 110 out of 162 slaveholding countries in the Global Slavery Index. Mauritania was found to have the most serious slavery. It's 2013. Sure, that's fine.
But it's still going on. This shit doesn't go away.
What's it like now?
Yeah.
What's it like now? According to the study, the first ever country-by-country survey of its kind, Israel has between 7,700 to 8,500 slaves. Israel is still ranked well relative to the lower standards in the Middle East through Lebanon, Tunisia, and Egypt, scored better than the Jewish states. Israel did place well in the study's examination of the risk of enslavement. Okay, we have these slaves, but you did well on the test.
Huh.
What?
I see.
What? The survey measured 5 factors to determine the policies adopted by the country to combat slavery, human rights, human and economic development, political stability, and women's rights. Israel is the only Middle Eastern country to enjoy a low risk of slavery ranking, but still ranked much lower than the European states. The study claimed that foreign workers made 40 to 90% of the population of Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Israel, United Arab. So here's the thing with foreign workers in these states, and it's true in Israel as well. It's part of their culture. It's part of the culture in the Middle East. Those foreign workers are basically slaves. They'll take their passports. They put them in miserable living conditions. They work the shit out of them. They give them crap food. It's well known.
Yeah.
There have been documentary after documentary after documentary on it.
Yep.
And we still have people in the United States gaslighting us that Juneteenth is a big deal.
When there's actual real...
And that Claudette Colvin never existed.
That is absolutely heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Especially the kids that are lost within the United States.
Yeah.
That is fucking reprehensible. Listen.
That's my big one.
Yep.
We need to fix this.
Do you remember Scott Pepke?
No.
He was a Marine in Florida who had 5 daughters that DHS was CPS was trafficking his daughters. And we did a lot of work to help him. You were in New York at the time. I held the reins for most of that particular action. We watched as CPS basically monetized his daughters and were moving them from house to house, separating them, breaking them up. One of them turned up with cigarette burns. One of them turned up with bruises that couldn't be explained. This was a United States Marine who was in Fallujah 1.
Oof.
And they had his daughters. CPS had his daughters and were trafficking him. So the idea that this is just cartels, and I want to get this into people's heads, is not true. It is, in many cases, our own state governments, child protective services isn't. Okay?
Yeah, and they hide behind
Child protective, yes.
the same excuse, best interest of the child.
Yes, and they've got phalanxes of lawyers, and they've got judges and everything else. These people are trafficking American children. They're ghouls. I saw it firsthand myself.
Wow.
He managed to get his daughters back. It was one of the early things we
Can
did.
we get him on the show?
I'll see if I can track him down. That was 2017, man.
So yeah, I know, but now we listen. I'm sure the girls have said everything that went on by then, and we can have him on the show.
I'll see if I can track him down. But for those of you gentle viewers out there, we once upon a time had a slightly darker side. We were involved in some shit. We did a lot of work trying to help out guys like this behind the scenes. And
some of those guys are still alive because of us.
Yeah. And it took a toll on us.
Fuck yeah.
That kind of activity is one of the things that made Pop switch to the whole comedy thing. I'm still a dark bastard because I'm usually mostly happy when I'm angry and pissed off and miserable. That's when I'm happy. So
now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
When I am turning on the comedy and laughing, I'm still the evil bastard inside.
Oh yeah. No. I understand that. But
that happy-go-lucky is, very rarely me. And when I do stuff, I don't just do stuff to do stuff.
Yes.
Very rarely. Like if I'm going to step in to help somebody, I'm looking at what they need now, then I'm looking down the road to where they'll be, and I'm trying to correct it so they don't wind up in a fucked up place.
Yeah.
I learned how to do that in the Army, by the way.
Yep.
Dealing with broken soldiers, I'm like, all right, what's going on here? Okay.
Yeah. It is there was a lot of stuff that went on in the early days.
Yeah.
I tend to be the one who will stand in front of the fire hose of fuckery and take it because it's just my nature.
Yep.
And you do the other side of things, and the button push and monkey pushes buttons, and Blake produces the videos. It's crazy that this is going on its 19th year.
Yeah, we're in our 19th year. If you start counting in 2008 till today, you're in 19th.
Yep.
And we've interacted with tens of thousands of people.
Yeah.
I would say somewhere between 20 and 30,000 people in 20 years.
Yeah.
Either email, phone, to the face.
Yeah. We've lost a lot of records over the years.
We wrote letters to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been a lot of there were a couple of failures along the way. We had some efforts that just went by the side of the road. That's just par for the course. You're not going to succeed every fucking time when you try to do something like this.
Yeah, I can think
you are not.
There's probably a couple dozen guys that we couldn't help, and we referred them to people, and it just didn't work, and they died.
I'm sure that's true. The main point of tonight's show, though, before we sick the button pushing monkey on everybody, is that this gaslighting over things like Juneteenth and Rosa Parks and the USS Liberty and the ship off the coast of Vietnam that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me right now, and a whole bunch of other events, Patriot Act, the shooting in Vegas and all of that. It's gaslighting meant to distract you from the real shit that's going on. It's what it is. And it should make you mad as fuck. Meanwhile, Jimmy, do that thing.
Doing the thing.
Baby. Don't care what you gotta say. Whatever it is, it's probably lame. If you want some advice and need some help, oh, how about you go F yourself? Go F yourself.
I have questions about the shape of our hats.
Yeah, it's all right.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
That's fair. Gulf of Tonkin false flag. Somebody said in the chat. Yes, thank you.
Yep, there you go. That's what it was. I was trying to think of it myself.
I could not. My thinking meat is damaged.
Well,
Whole
we're
sections are collapsed.
Yes.
So
These things happen.
Yep. But overall, on the YouTube side of things, got 295 with 243 likes, almost 100% ratio.
Right.
Wow.
Doing good over there, YouTube.
Well, we had
Wow.
been off the air for a week.
We have.
Yep, Popster was out of town, so oh well. We're back, bitches.
And I don't take a lot of time off. I don't think I've. When was the last time I took time off from the show?
I think we took a total of about 3 days off last year.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
2-3
believe there was
2-3 days.
we took a hiatus when your mother passed. I remember that.
There was that.
I think
But
that was about it.
And that was only a week.
Yep.
There might have been a day or two when the migraines were kicking your ass too much. So
I mean,
That happened once or twice.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
that
to be
did.
honest, I have a fucking headache every fucking day. Like right now, it's probably a 4. You just get fucking used to it.
Yeah.
It severely impacts my energy and shit I could do.
Mhm.
But I got about 2 or 3 hours a day where I'm good to go, and I dedicate that time to the shows and answering emails and what have you.
just take some Motrin, drink some water, walk it off. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I got along for 14 years after I got wounded, is I was able to suppress a lot of the pain with Excedrin and Motrin,
Oh.
but it was damaging my kidneys and it wasn't working anymore.
Yeah, that just wears out after a while. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah, so they literally, I'm on specific painkillers and migraine reducing medication.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work. So you just suffer.
Yep.
It's the way it goes.
But what does work is the super chats here over on the
Hey!
YouTube. Starting off with Bar One Studios dropping a $5 on us, says Juneteenth is far less interesting than the psyop around it. Pretty sure the whole thing was invented to sell red velvet cake to diabetes Americans.
I don't really like red velvet cake.
I love red velvet cake. I have a good recipe for it too.
I had a commander. He loved red velvet cake.
I have watched you eat an entire bumpy cake in one sitting.
But it's not red velvet cake. And that was
Just saying.
evil fat pop.
It was like 2008, 2009. I'm like, oh my God, you ate the whole fucking thing. You're like, leave me alone.
I'm eating it. And he's like criticizing me. And I just kind of turn my back and I ignore him and I keep going.
Don't judge me, man.
He's only holding a beer at the bottom of the stairs. And as he goes up, he's like, you disgust me. He just walks.
Let's see, moving on here. We got Fan I Am with 4 in a row. The first one with $2 Australian. Says
Nice.
Bolshevik versus Bolshevik plus BS equals Bolshevik.
Ooh.
Okay.
Drink.
All right. That's fair.
Bolsheviks.
Is
And
it
the
like
second one
Manischewitz?
says, I like Natalie Portmanteau's.
I don't even know what that is.
Natalie Portman. He's making a mashup of Natalie Portman and portmanteaus.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah.
So he made a portmanteau of Natalie Portman and portmanteaus.
I was just about ready to say, bro, do you got a foot fetish? Because you might want to talk to someone about that.
You gotta lick
that's-
that clean.
By the
That's-
way, do you mean
that's
that?
weird,
Do you mean Natalie Hirschlag? Because that happens to be her actual name. So carry on.
Fan I Am again. Drop another $2 Australian. Says chattel rhymes with cattle. That sounds bad.
Yeah, it
What's
is.
that?
It's not great.
Yeah. That and well, they put up the flock cameras to keep an eye on their flock.
Uh-huh.
Just making some connections there. And Fan I Am for his last one says American streets used to be beautiful. Now they're booty full.
And they're full of shit.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Full of people shaking their ass like a
Yeah.
gorilla in heat.
It's not great. The whole teen takeover thing makes me dream of belt-fed weapons.
Do you guys remember back in the day that the 22 long rifle was once used as a less than lethal and anti-crowd control round?
Yeah.
Was it?
It was, no, it was a 22 short.
Oh, was
I
it
didn't-
22 short? Okay, it might have been.
I did not know that.
Yeah, look up the M180. There was a Brandon Herrera actually did a video on it, and that's donut operators, one of donut operators' favorite weapons. Good times.
I know you can buy a 40 millimeter round called the Hornet.
Oh yeah, I
Is
used that one.
Yep.
20 rounds of
No, it's flechettes.
no. There's a
No,
Hornet
no.
round that's 20. It's 20 rounds of 22.
Yep. And it
Oh.
comes in a 40 mic container.
Yeah, you can fire it from a 203.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was a 2 or 3 gunner, and we had the buckshot round and the flechette round. Oh, that thing was just devastating.
Yep. And let's see. Last one here on the YouTube sides from Hellfong1 for 10 says, what I find frustrating is the lack of discussion of people such as William Ellison and Anthony Johnson, freed slaves who became slave owners. Teaching that would blow a hole in the narrative. You know what else would blow in the
That
hole?
also is very true.
Yeah. What else would blow a hole in their narrative?
A burrito.
Well, that too. But look up who is the actual first American to own slaves.
Yeah, it was a black guy.
There's a black guy.
It was a black guy.
We're familiar.
We are familiar. All right, Rumbles. How we doing over there? 415 after the refresh, 152 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down.
Oh, I like the thumbs down.
Yeah. So, look, if you don't like what we're doing, send us an email, redonkulas12@gmail.com, and just tell us.
Yeah,
we got.
I need hate mail.
We got that one email when we were doing the Troon episode.
Yeah, we handled that poorly. So, if that were to happen again, let's just keep it on the down low. Email them and see if we can have an interaction.
Yeah, man, just a little bit of banter and whatnot.
We did handle that poorly, and I admit it.
We're assholes, but we're somewhat decent guys.
Yeah, you can go there. Don't we're not nice people though.
No.
It's nothing but work. Okay.
No,
we're not guys at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
First one comes from Lecoq for $2, saying, "Cheers, brothers." Drink to that.
Boom.
All right, scrolling down here from Flashgator01, dropping 5, says, "Just leaving a few bucks here. Please give me some no square Catland nonsense. I think I can do that."
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no square. Stop!
Never gets old.
Nope.
Cliff 3188. How's it going there, Cliffster? Dropping 5. He's got part 1 of 2 here, sirs. Says, "I say this fervently as a resident of the great state of Texas. The word Juneteenth is both an affront on our history and language. It is Galveston Emancipation Day, not some made-up word."
I figured as much.
Yes.
Part 2 with another 5 says, "Anyone who perpetuates the use of Juneteenth is an active participant of historical revisionism and the dumbing down of our education, aka a Bolshevik, stooge, and or crony. Drink."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so good. All right, scrolling down here. Because the Rumble likes to do the double texts in there. Come on, Rumble. Unfuck that, please. That would be great. Let's see here. Still scrolling. Getting my scroliosis in.
Scrolling. Keep those doggies scrolling. Rawhide.
Reynard69 dropping $1 says, "Arena Zarutska could have used some public transport segregation. And her killer wasn't obviously belligerent. Psycho just came out of nowhere with racial grievance."
Not entirely accurate. That guy should have been put away like 4 or 5 arrests ago.
I believe
he had a stack of arrests.
I believe his arrest record was nearly like 17 to 20 times. I'm pretty sure that's on the
longer than a CVS receipt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And most of them were for violent crimes.
Yeah.
It's
funny that those judges are still well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that.
Let's not go there. Let's not have a repeat of movie night.
Redacted.
Carry on.
Mando coming in with $1 says, "No offense, Pop, but you are an honorable man by modern standards. Honor standards changed based on the era. Just look at the literature from the 1800s for examples of this."
Sure. He's right.
I think, my military service is what gave me the code of honor, to be honest with you.
Leaving big army and going into the goofy shit, you get around a lot more guys that put a lot more value on fucking honor, I think. Because the whole thing is based on all the schools, our honor system, pretty much. They're watching you like a fucking hawk, but you do the right thing because you want to do the right thing, not because somebody's standing over you to tell you to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You want to do the right thing because the right thing is the right thing to fucking
So
do.
it draws the honorable dudes out.
Yep. Let's see, we got 1371 MOS dropping $1, says, just got and reading the Jericho Files #1. We'll leave a review when done.
Give it a good review, please. I need good reviews.
But bag on Pop himself, though.
There you
Book
go.
is great. Pop's kind of a jerk.
That's cool.
Actually, Popster, I wanted to run this idea through you. I was on Sean St. George's stream last week. Came up with an idea. Judge, jury, and executioner. The judge and jury are presented the evidence by the prosecution and everybody, but the executioner determines the punishment.
I could put a spin on that because they do it in secret, and then they send the executioner to do, and it's up to him how the sentence is carried out.
Exactly.
I
don't know. That just fucking popped in my mind one night because I was drunk as shit, and I was like,
"Oh no, you get drunk? No, never.
You ain't drunk? No, I never.
No.
We got generic dreamers dropping $1. Says, I just got out of a funeral for my cousin who checked out early. Fuck. Hate to hear that for a brother. Had I known anything, I would have referred him to you. Keep up with your important work.
Well, here's the thing, okay? We just did the video, The Valley of Death. And I point out to the fact that modern anti-suicide stuff they don't do anything until that man is already past the decision point where he says, fuck it, I'm done. Because I have been beyond that point. And what pulled me back was the universe swapped me for somebody else, and it woke me up. What we do is there's a whole fucking bunch of time when they fall into the valley of death. And while they're there, they make a decision, and they're looking for reasons to stay and reasons to go. And if all they get is reasons to go, they make the decision, and good luck stopping them, because they never talk about it. They're not going to lay around crying about it. Men do not do attempted suicides very well. When we're done, we are fucking done.
Yeah, it's done.
Yep.
And and if you go through my catalog of work, I cover so many subjects that knock people off of the trail of life. And what holds you on the trail is hope, mission, and purpose. One will keep you here. But when all three go, you fall off that track into the valley of death, and you're literally looking for a reason to stay or go.
Yep.
And that is my philosophy. And I've been doing that since the beginning. And how that came about, I think the universe put that idea in my head years and years ago.
The universe probably said, Sergeant Pop, you're too ornery of an asshole to be given a short sentence.
Well, I think it has something to do with me getting knocked out of my body when I got blown up, because for that 2 seconds, it was like 8 fucking hours. And during that time, I knew everything. Everything. And when I fell back into my body, I forgot it all up here, but I think I still retain that here. That's just me getting metaphysical. All right, keep going.
Damn right.
Crazy.
Moving on. Got Will to push forward here, dropping $1. Says, Pop, these are unique facts people in general don't really articulate.
Well, thank you. We try.
Yep. Yeah, it's because, what's the George Carlin quote? Think of all the people in the room and how stupid they are. And now imagine most of the people are stupider than them. Paraphrasing, I believe.
What we try to do, what I try to do when I put these shows together, I produce most of these shows, is I try to give you guys some information on a topic, but keep it light and entertaining. I'm not trying to saturate anybody with crazy amounts of crazy information. Just kind of broaden your brain material a little bit with things that might be worth thinking about.
Yes.
The battle dwarf spreads your thinking meat.
I'm trying to. That sounds really bad. No homo. No homo.
Get close. Get close.
No homo.
Hey.
Hey, carry on.
Count Chad the Impaler says, in India, a husband can get a DNA test done at birth showing his wife's kid is not his and is still financially obligated.
Yep. That is slavery.
Right in the pooper.
That is the fucking definition of slavery.
Right in the pooper.
Yep. All right. Mando coming back for $1 says, from now on, when I get a scam call that sounds like Apu, I'm going to tell him, hello, Dalit. Would you like a squishy?
Perfect. Would you like a squishy? Yeah. It makes them, it does not make them happy when you call them deletes. Anyway.
Alex Patino here, dropping 2, says, I read somewhere that the ancient Egyptian pyramid builders were not only paid in coins, but grain, bread, and most importantly, beer.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. I will find the Amazon special we watched the other night. You can't make this up. They found the fucking letters that said these guys were skilled laborers.
Yeah.
And to manufacture blocks that big within 2 or 3 millimeters tolerance, you don't use slaves to do that shit.
Nope.
These guys knew what they were doing.
Yep. 6-Day Barracuda dropping $1 says, when I was an EMT in San Francisco, we transported a Chinese massage therapist and her cousin to the ER after she fell down the stairs, and there was nothing we could do because INS did not do their job. Shocker.
No.
You want to smell it?
No.
Ooh, smells like Kung Pao chicken and
bullshit.
Communism. Ugh.
That is some bullshit right there, man.
Count Chad the Impaler dropping $1 says ancient Egyptian beer was not quite like our beer.
No.
It was the goat and more like a meal. You can find the recipe for it. Ooh.
I know.
Yeah.
There are things I know.
It was like a runny oatmeal with alcohol in it.
Almost. It was like English stout is fairly close.
You know what? If things were to happen and a certain license was procured, do you think you would be able to make a modern version of their dwarf?
I can do that. I can do
this
that now.
Motherfucker, if it comes to brewing and cooking, he could fucking do it.
Yeah.
I would try some. Let's see. Barracuda coming back says that cousin was her contract holder / owner. That massage therapist was a sex slave.
No.
No. Shocker.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see here. And Barracuda continues on. He says that cousin would not leave her side because that girl would have talked. They finally separated them at the hospital.
Good.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that I was not the security guard in that hospital.
People get fucked up, man.
I'm just saying that the hospital would probably have to deal with a couple of shattered kneecaps and maybe a collapsed lung or two.
No. An accidental falling down the stairs or elevator shaft. I understand these things happen.
Yeah. Accidents happen, man.
Accidents happen.
Next one.
Barracuda again for $1 says, Battle Dwarf, you really ought to get in contact with Tommy from Tommy's podcast. Ask him about ask him and what he supports next time you're on the round table.
Oh, okay. Send me that information. Send it to redonkulas12@gmail.com and I will make efforts.
Yep. Oh, Barracuda continues. He says, Papa Conflict Gnome. Tommy's podcast supports those spec op guys who rescue children. Do it now.
Okay. Well, I just gave you the contact information.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing the show, so
we'll see what we can do.
There you go.
You're still doing what show?
We're doing Redonkulas.
Oh yeah,
that's taking up my time. If I hunt human beings, there's stats.
It takes time.
Features.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that shit is like the way that it works in the movies, where it's 90 minutes and everything happens in that space. That's not how it happens. Okay.
No.
Read my books, because I literally go through the whole recon, planning phase, execution phase, extraction phase. It's military shit from start to finish.
Months of planning.
It takes months.
And to lighten things up, Couch Chad the Impaler says, ever see that Life of Brian song at the end, The Bright Side of Life, while they sing while crucified?
I've seen that, yeah. So fucked up.
We might have to talk with Blake and see if we can make a Monty Python movie month.
Oh, he might go for that.
Life of Brian, like in History of the World. Well, no, that's
Hey,
Mel
Jimmy,
Brooks.
let's do a couple minutes. I got to take a piss.
Pop's got to take a piss break. All right, let me find a good piss break here. Right here.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
You look like a blueberry.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Well, damn, just like a house full of women, their periods sync up. Our bladders must have synced up because we all three had to take a piss.
What happened?
Oh, all three of us had to go take a piss, man. I was just thinking.
Well, I just took advantage of the situation. So.
Okay. Well, moving on, because Pop's probably in there. Hopefully he doesn't shake it 3 times because he's playing with it.
That was a long one.
Pop's probably in there playing a little tugga, but
no.
Did you shake more than 3 times, Pop? Because if you did, you're playing with it.
Squirrel bladder.
It doesn't work like it used to, man. Sometimes it takes a while.
Squirrel bladder. You getting old, man.
I'm getting old. It's weird. I'm almost fucking 60, man.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Moving on here, we got Count Chad the Impaler here dropping $1. Says a nuclear war that vaporizes the cities will reset European and American demographics back to the 1920s.
That's
Even
true.
mushroom clouds have silver linings.
All it would really take is 1 or 2 nuclear warheads to detonate anywhere in the world. Doesn't necessarily be in the United States, and shit would change overnight. All right.
Yep.
Next one.
And you know what? This is an actual duplicate from who is this? Generic Dreamers. Couldn't figure out how to donate more on the app. So he did a repeat of his comment. I just got out of a funeral for my cousin who checked out early. Had I known anything, I would have referred to you. Keep up with the important work. That one was for $100 fucking.
Holy shit. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. You get one of these.
Thanks for your continued support.
I mean, we're doing this is very important work. Nobody else is fucking doing this.
No.
Like, nobody is fighting the self-deletion epidemic with men at the grassroots level like we are. If I'm wrong, send me their names, send me the contact information, and I will get them on board, or I'll figure something out. But
hell yeah,
I've looked for years.
Yeah.
G-Man drop a 20 says women raise children, men create adults. Why does our recent national politics feel like mother lying to the children?
Because it is mostly.
Women bring children into the world. Men teach those children how to live in it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Count Chad the Impaler dropping a buck says the primary reason why government gives children to women and divorce is they want a controllable nation of childlike adults, and the ones that become criminals simply feed the prison industry.
Yep.
For the time being, you are correct.
Yeah,
that is exactly correct. And the whole thing with education, the way that it is right now, with like, you got 20-year-olds who can't read a basic book.
Yep.
And that just grinds the shit out of me. I actually know how to fix that. That's an entirely different show. Maybe I'll do a whole show on that. But there is a fix, but you have to start with a generation. You've got to start at about preschool or kindergarten.
Yep.
In order to fix this problem.
Well, there is a whole demographic of certain people that can't read past 6th grade, yet they.
That's what I'm talking about. There is a demographic that will never read past 6th grade, Jimmy. So
no.
Yes.
And the reason why they don't teach cursive anymore is because our founding documents are written in cursive.
No. Anyway, carry on. There's a lot.
That's just my opinion.
Jimmy, I know. You're not entirely wrong. But I will make a note of that, and I am typing it up right now to do a show on.
Noted. Count Chad the Impaler dropping a buck says Arabs castrated slaves, which is why you don't see more blacks in places like Iraq.
Correct.
They were close to the source of slaves. End of Atlantic slave trade meant slaves and Americans had to be bred.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And the insulting portion is this: a lot of those individuals from black countries are becoming Muslim, despite the fact that that religion castrated their
literally castrated them.
Literally castrated their descendant or their relatives.
Yep. Alex Patino drop a 2 says Spanish subjects were only allowed to buy forced laborers from Dutch or Portuguese traders, but Spaniards were strictly prohibited from being traders of forced laborers.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's an interesting fact.
All right, well, if that's true, I'm corrected. I stand corrected.
Some of that stems from the Reconquista and the fact that they understood what the dynamics were there, both economically and geopolitically. Anyway, carry on.
Yep, carrying on. All right, Popster, prepare yourself because Alucard has a request.
Go do it.
And you know which one it is, Pop, because it always makes you take your headphones off.
Oh, God.
Sis Barn, we don't milk cows, we milk bats. Each plump beauty is hand squeezed warm and fresh straight into your glass. Creamy, clumpy, and impossible to put down. Folks can't get enough.
Pour me a tall one.
Looks like a vanilla smoothie with personality.
That is silky, chunky, fantastic.
I can't watch it. It drinks. That is so disgusting. Stop laughing.
I'm going to do a whole Thursday reel of that shit.
We got to have a little bit of levity here, Pop. And making you puke is apparently our levity.
Nauseous. All right, next one.
Count Chad the Impaler for Buck says, anyone else an evil bastard like me? I play Modern Warfare 3 back on the grid, Sierra Leone level, every MLK day in Juneteenth. It's tradition now.
Okay.
Aww, that sounds like fun.
That does sound like fun.
I just play War Thunder.
Net Guy 1975 dropping a buck says, Dwarf, I sent you an email about Fluxer, a Discord alternative. Let me know if that is all worth a shit or not.
Wait, who was that?
Net Guy 1975.
Did you send it specifically to me? Because I don't see that specific thing. Just do me a favor and resend it. I get a fucking shit ton of email off you guys. I really do.
Keep an eye out for Fluxer Discord alternative.
Well, I do have 2
tag.
boxes in the car I picked up from the post office box. So I haven't opened them yet. So
Oh, I just found it. He sent it to all of us.
Oh, okay.
And I responded to him worth a look. Yes. I'm going to put a star on it so that I don't really lose it. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
We will check into that.
Thank you very much.
LU Card coming back says for $2 for the singing popster because it wouldn't be a stream without it, and we've missed it. We missed it for a
Jesus
week.
Christ.
Never gets old.
No, it drives me crazy.
Net Guy 1975. Speaking of driving you crazy, Pop, for your headache, let's make you laugh. You need a Hillary.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Which one? We haven't seen this one in a while. How about this one?
So good and tasty.
I don't want to know what that woman tastes like.
Yeah. I didn't even want that word there.
So when you look at the thumbnail for the show and the live action Juneteenth woman that's fat, I sent that to him and he's texts back. He goes, "Stop punishing me with this bullshit." I was like, "No, use it for the show." And he's like, "Fuck off."
The best part of that is I fed that image into Grok and said, create a Black Power Juneteenth propaganda style poster from this image. And it returns this Puerto Rican looking chick. Yep. And I'm like, that demonstrates exactly the point here. Reality, you've got freaking Gorlakita, the destroyer. And then you've got this Puerto Rican looking girl as the fantasy piece, and it's like this is just exactly demonstrates what I'm talking about.
Gorlakita. That was good. That's good shit.
Tomahawk dropping 5 says red velvet cake is yucky. Fight me.
Fuck off. I like
I'm not a fan. I prefer the German chocolate cake.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Let's see here. There's the duplicate from Generic Dreamers. I'm pretty sure that's a duplicate, but just in case it is, he did duplicate it itself. If it is not a duplicate, you get one of these. If it is, you're going to get one of these anyway.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
Pretty
he
sure
looks like a what?
Go ahead.
He looks like a chic Puerto Rican artist from the Chelsea district or something in that.
That was very specific.
I know.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I'm doing my scrolling, and it was more than likely a duplicate because Rumble, you need to unfuck that shit, please.
Yeah, well,
I'll get around to it, I guess, at some point.
Rumble's all kinds of fucked up.
Yep, it's all good. All right, we got MX Stilgar, aka Jerry Conway. Good to see you there, brother. Says red velvet cake is chocolate cake colored with cochineal, a scale insect from which a red dye is called carmine and is derived. If you eat red velvet anything, you are eating the bugs.
No, technically you're just licking the bugs. Carmine has been used to color things for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still licking the bugs. I get it, but it's tasty.
It's not my favorite. I prefer, like I said, German chocolate cake or carrot cake.
Look, I'm the guy who walked into a 7-Eleven in Korea and bought a bag of salted grasshoppers as a snack. So
that's disgusting. But
and you know,
no, that's a thing. That's really a thing.
In some places, eating the bugs is okay, and apparently they are delicious.
Well, I did it to terrify a new guy. Straight up. We had a new guy with us. We were going out on the town. It was his first night out on the town. And I walked into a 7-Eleven and got a bag of fucking salted crickets. Hey, man, you want some? He's like, oh, my God. I'm like, oh, they're so good. He's like, oh.
Okay, fucking with the new guy, that gets a pass.
All right.
Right. Barracuda coming back says, I don't like what you're doing until I get a Pop and Killary or a Dwarf and Nance. Oh. Well, we already got a Pop and Killary, so how about a Dwarf and Nance?
No, that's fine. Leave it. Why do I look like a CIA contractor?
I don't know. I was just going to say that.
That's really what it is. It's what they look like, isn't it?
Like you literally just came out of the skiff.
Yeah.
Taking a walk in the park with your woman.
I hated those guys.
Yep.
Fucking hated them.
N2 Gas dropping a buck here saying, anybody here following the events unfolding with Jill and Gavin in California?
Well, they're like Gavin is
unaware of this.
He's going to get jammed up pretty bad.
He has been referenced to the DOJ for some things and stuff. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I did see it on Twitter the other day. But yeah, things aren't looking good for old Gavi.
Fuck him.
A federal judge will shut it down.
Well, yeah, just like the Bangladeshian or whatever.
Yeah.
Her name was, I shit you not, Sparkly.
Yeah, her name is
first
Sparkly.
name was Sparkly, and she said, no, you cannot stop fat people from being on Snap and EBT.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll get overturned.
Yeah, I hope so. See, we got How the West Was Lost, drop a 10. Honor, integrity, and strength.
Okay.
What we try to do here, man. Let's see. Tomahawk says, getting a little thin on top. I may need a trip to Redonkulas Hair Club. Hook me up, Jimmy.
Man, I know, man.
He's not thinning out, man. He's just got to change his toupee color.
Fuck off. The toupee.
Bad hair day or no hair day. Get your confidence back with Redonkulas Hair Club. Realistic, comfortable, downright redonkulous. Turn back time on your hairline, restore your vitality, and bring back that youthful swagger. I don't just feel good, I feel redonkulous. Redonkulas Hair Club, hair so good, it's ridiculous.
Dumb. So dumb.
That's fantastic.
I can just see myself wearing that fucking hairpiece. Dumb.
You're funnier than shit, man.
Oh.
Let's see. Count Chad the Impaler.
Never got that thin. I would just go bald. I would just shave it bald.
Shave it off, man.
Like,
I've got awkward bald spots from years of wear from helmets and God knows what else. And
I mean, at some point, I am going to lose my hair. I mean, it's the way it is. But hopefully not till I'm at 70, and then it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Yep. Because the 65 and out plan is out the window, Pop?
Well, I mean, listen, anything beyond 65, it's just bonus time to me. So,
fuck yeah. Overtime, man. Let's see. Count Chad the Impaler dropping 5 says, I value you, what you do here. Decades ago, I tried to off myself with 50 sleeping pills.
Mother,
how are you still
here?
Turns out I was more rugged than I thought in more ways than one.
Yeah. God damn.
Or it could have been it could have been just not your time. The guys upstairs are like, here comes that troublemaker. Lock the gate. Fuck that guy.
Kick him out and then kick his ass back to his body.
That's right.
Yeah. Lock the gate. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
It's not your time yet, god damn it.
No, that would be a funny AI thing.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Guys going, I couldn't take it anymore. And here I am shutting the gate. I lock it. Fuck you. Go back.
Your mission's not completed yet, soldier. Get your ass back to work.
Yeah, you're not scheduled to be here.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Fuck off.
Get the hell out of here. You're done.
Let's see. You got Sogo68. Drop a 2 says, I nominate Citizen Vigilante for movie night. I have heard some good things about that.
Watch that.
I watched it with Mrs. Dwarf the other night. Other than a gratuitous sex scene that just doesn't really need to be there, it's really good. And it
I heard there's quality killing in there.
basically because the whole movie is, I've been wanting to do this for so long. You're watching the whole thing going, I'd do that. I would totally do that.
Yep.
Put them in the dirt.
Yeah, if Germany bans it in their country, it's probably a good movie.
Yeah.
And Germans came up with the phrase German scat porn.
I mean, that's true. The thing in the movie that I think the Germans banned it for is the vigilante also goes after the judges that are letting the...
No comments.
No, I'm not.
We will not have a repeat of movie night.
That's okay. But
move
anyway,
along.
Carry on.
I agree, but I understand. Mando dropping $1 says, I once told a scam caller to sign up for a self-deletion bomber. He would have been more useful in that role.
Oh, God, yeah, that's great.
Yep. Tomahawk drop a 5 says, there's no fucking way they built the pyramids with the tools and technology we are told they had. It simply isn't possible. Copper chisels? Are you kidding me?
It's very likely they had technology that we don't understand. And also, a lot of people don't know this. Go ahead, look it the fuck up. King Tut had an iron dagger in his...
Made from a meteorite.
...toolkit.
Yep.
When they buried him. Now, that King Tut had that. He probably saw that and realized what it was, and they made a dagger out of it, right?
Yeah.
He probably went, make chisels from this.
It could be.
Entirely possible.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hell,
Carry on.
Carrying on. 68 Barracuda says, Pop didn't have to play with it. He was busy re-gluing his toupee. We already played the hair club video.
Busy re-gluing his toupee.
You and your goddamn toupees, man.
That's awesome.
Fuck you.
Barracuda again says, D-Ward, eating ass is the same as licking ass. I won't do either. Neither will I lick the bugs. Same thing. Bugs equals ass.
Do not tongue dart the shit box. Don't do that. That's how you get a worm.
That's true.
Yeah. Count Chad the Impaler drop a 5 says, with respects to MX Stilgar, as a Chad, I've eaten far worse things, women, than bugs. In my sci-fi novel, I had to tone down some of my real life experiences because no one would have believed it.
You know what? Even to this day, I cannot eat orange slices because they have the consistency of a fucking grub that I had to eat in South America. It was disgusting.
You're a pussy.
Dude, I'm not a bug eating kind of guy. I'm sorry. Other than crabs that you catch in the ocean.
I literally had a grandmother who would make tripe, which most Americans are really afraid to eat for whatever reason. I love tripe. The consistency of tripe is not great.
Yeah.
So
I'm a texture eater.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all good. Net Guy 1975 says, Jimmy needs some action so he is not left out. Let's see his favorite video. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're giving me power, man, that you shouldn't.
Are you gonna tongue slam Rosie's shitbox, Jimmy?
Please don't do that. I don't want to see.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Oh!
The back roads, there's a town with a name folks laugh at until they get there.
This place feels wrong.
They call it Sugi Dickville.
Nobody leaves.
Where the count never changes.
You can't escape me. I will find you, and you will be mine.
No! No!
Yes!
God, this is creepy, man.
It's really disturbing.
That is so goddamn disturbing. All right.
Disturbing.
That's why it's one of my favorites, because it creeps you out, man.
Murdering bitch.
Stuggy Dickville.
Let's see. We got Tomahawk here. Drop a 5 says, my son took a survival course when he was in the Boy Scouts. One of the things they had to eat was fried grasshoppers they had to catch. Yeah. He swears they taste like shrimp.
Crunchy, salty shrimp. Yeah.
That's about accurate. Thank you. I did that same course, but we ate rabbits and some pheasants and shit that we caught in cages.
Yeah, but rabbit starvation is a thing, Pop.
I know. It was only a weekend. What do you want from me?
I mean, if I had no other choice, protein is protein, man.
I'm not arguing with you. If I'm in a survival situation, I'll eat the bugs, but I'm not, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, only in a desperate situation will I eat the bugs, not on a daily diet.
No. Oh, no.
Because I do not live in the pod, and I'm not happy. All right.
Next one.
Alucard, he's asking for a luggage drop, but you know what? We don't got that one. But you know what we do got? We got the briefing of Pop dropping into Panama.
This here is Panama, same name as that rock number the kids like. You look at the map, you can hear the course in your head already. We're putting our man in right here on the coast and bringing him along this route to the canal. See this fella? That's Sergeant Pop. He'll be dressed like Elvis, cape, sunglasses, the whole show.
That's awesome. That's fucking
I mean,
awesome.
it's pretty much the same thing.
I wish they had shown that on TV in 1989 because America would have been like, fuck yeah!
Yeah. Flying Elvises. I love that scene of that movie.
Net Guy 1975 dropping buck says, Pop, the help support line was recently outsourced to Pakistan. I told the guy on the phone I was depressed and he got excited and asked if I could drive a truck. Oh no.
That's fucked up, bro.
Nice.
Count Chad the Impaler dropping 5 says, my brain handles failure differently. Danced dirty with a girl all night. Her 2 friends stopped her from going back with me. Most guys would have learned, pursue the girl with no friends.
Well, there's always anchor chicks, man. Your game is not complete until you can defeat the anchor boss and get beyond her to the pussy that you want. That's just the way it is.
Cut away to the anchor so you can drift into warmer, moisture shores.
Well, and also, it also pays to have a grenade man. You're like, hey, follow the fat chick. I gotta get her out.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody's on grenade duty.
Somebody's
on grenade duty.
Yeah, the grenadier is always compensated with $50 of drinking money because he's got to drink the anchor up to a 6.
But you can never assign the party and guardian grenade duty.
No.
Have I done that video? The alcohol adjusters?
I don't know.
I've talked about it. I've written up the notes. I don't know if I've ever filmed it.
I don't know that it exists. But yeah, we should do that one.
That sounds familiar.
Alcohol adjusters.
Yeah.
Take a look into that. Matt here dropping a buck says, I wonder if Pop should be compared to Mel Toupee. He sings much better, though.
Not a good singer, man. I sing cadence. That's it.
Mando again says, I cannot eat tomatoes anymore after manually pumping a friend's heart in the OR in Germany.
Oh, man.
I'll let you do the math.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's tough, dude.
Oh.
Like I said, I know of 2 people that can guarantee to make Pop puke, and Mando is one of them.
Mando, I don't want to hear these stories, man.
Sure you do, Pop.
No.
It's in all good fun.
No, I'm good.
The stories that he's told has made me gag.
Yeah,
we were coming back from Santa Cruz, I think it was, and came across a bike accident, and the guy had impaled himself on a low post on the side of the road. One of our guys treated him for a sucking chest wound and saved his ass, and ended up with a soldier's medal. But I mean, I happened to be there. I happened to be one of the 4 guys in the car, but this guy leapt in and freaking got the guy off the post and treated him for a sucking chest wound and stabilized him for the EMTs, who were like seconds behind us. And yeah, that was, I don't know if you've ever seen a sucking chest wound, anybody out there other than Pop. I'm sure you've seen 1 or 2. It was bad and messy, and we were like, fuck, holy fuck. But Scott ended up getting a soldier medal for that.
The worst part about the sucking chest wound is the sound.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound from the wound, and it's just
Yeah.
just fucking horde gargling. It's
Yeah. It's really not great at all.
No.
But yeah, I've been within a couple of feet of one of those. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Alucard, hey Popster there. Cyst chunky wine.
Stop! Fuck off!
I've been waiting for that one. I didn't say a word. I've been waiting for that one.
Oh,
I haven't had one of those in a while.
Bastard.
That was good.
Jimmy always.
That was just right. That was chef's kiss, man.
Perfect timing too.
Just right.
Count Chad the Impaler drop a 5, still on the Rumble side, says, what I learned was ask the girl and her friends back to my place. Apartment, queen-size futon, black sheets, black light after they left. Sheets looked like the Milky Way galaxy, like Jackson Pollock art. Oh, God!
Wow.
Throw that futon away.
That was savage.
Wow.
Savage.
Oh my God.
Oh, savage.
Oh, God.
Damn it.
68 Barracuda says, hey, if protein is protein and $20 is $20, remember, titty milk is protein, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with titty milk.
Go fuck yourself.
No. Nothing wrong with that. We all drank it once, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mando come back says, Pop, do not worry. I am saving the worst for later.
Please don't.
Oh, no. Oh, no. There are still stories that pop in my mind that I've heard from Mando on the backstages and whatnot. Even Kevin comes in lighting a cigarette and says, just forget about those stories, bro. You're going to have nightmares. It's going to be bad.
Yeah,
that's good shit.
All right, last one on the Rumble side from Alucard says, I learned from the best.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right, how are we doing on the MGTOW side of things? I'm sure there's some quite succulent taps in the chat because there always is.
Succulent taps.
Yeah. Titties, ass, and pusai.
Wow, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, the taps. We got MGTOW Ronan with 2 in a row. The first one for 5 says, evening, gents. Hey, Pop.
Hey.
Are you going to watch Citizen Vigilante soon? It's that new Renegade movie from the director Yul Boll about an American in the EU taking street justice on the illegal immigrants raping women and on the politicians enabling their crimes. I hear it is super violent.
I'm going to have to watch it now. I love revenge movies.
Germany banned the film.
Well
and
worth
possibly other EU countries may do the same. Link on.
You know what? That banning shit doesn't work because people will figure.
It just makes it, what it does is make people want to watch it more.
Yeah. Though it is on Amazon here in America. They're just not pushing it.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
Man, that's on the MGTOW chat. That's a good redhead right there.
Hang on. Yeah, let me take a peek here.
If you're not on MGTOW TV, there's like in the chat.
Redheads are nothing but trouble.
That big. I know they have no soul. But those titties are
all right. Carry on.
I'm more a fan of the blondes. Wow, those are not bad. Ooh, there's the redhead that you're talking about, Pop.
See what I'm talking about? All right, keep going. All right, get distracted.
Not bad. MGTOW Ronan's second one for 3 says, Battle Dwarf.
What?
This may not be a big issue on the larger scale, but maybe do a history on how the parties, Democrat and Republican, flipped for blacks when historically blacks were originally part of the Republican. There is a lot of confusion, write that down, Pop, about the parties flipped for blacks. Yeah, there's a... I love the historical reference of the first black Republican compared to the first black Democrat.
There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack there.
Blake and I actually covered this once in the past. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We actually might cover it again to an extent with a parallel subject. Because there are parallel subjects we can bounce back and forth between 2 different perspectives.
There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack.
All right, next one.
Next one from Dark Mad Dog. He's got a couple in a row here. The first one says, big news. I have 2 gigs now. One is mowing a neighbor's lawn and cutting tree stumps that are making root cores to regrow. I did 4 hours of digging, cutting with axe and stuff. I had to take arthritic Tylenol from my hands that got stuck after that. Did 2 hours yesterday. I may have to have another gig to clean a whole house and the lawn and the lawn. A neighbor's son, he ruined his wife. The house was rented to him. They ruined the house. It looks like a pigsty.
Yeah.
Life is great.
Yeah.
If your hands are getting jammed up with arthritis, 500 milligrams of vitamin C about an hour before you start working. Get the Conquer HA fluid action horse sauce. They give it to racehorses for their joints. It makes all the fucking difference for arthritic pain in stiff joints.
Pop's been taking that for a while too. I remember seeing that at his place in Berkeley when I first came back to Detroit, and went, "What the fuck?"
It works. I have it up on my refrigerator.
Yeah.
Popping his fucking cereal bowl.
You guys have no idea. No idea.
Yep. And Dark Mad Dog come back says regarding the shooting, I believe he's talking about the one in Canada.
Yeah.
It happened in the town over where I live. The female cop shot a guy in the head. Turns out he was a rabbi leaving the porn hub. Yes, that kind of hub.
Yeah.
And the shooter was an insane Marxist that was all well too prepared in a province with no gun sales and guns being illegal. And in that town, they are taking racism because criminals feel discriminated. It will be California. Sadly, by the way, Carney is going full Soviet KGB with warrantless searches, seizures in jail. Insane.
That female cop shot that dude and then ran.
Yeah. So I'm going to lay the whole thing out real fast. The Marxist incel shooter shot a Muslim cop named Muhammad dead, then winged the female cop, who then shot a 68-year-old rabbi who was leaving the Pornhub offices, and then the incel Marxist shooter was taken down because he didn't know how to reload the weapon that he had.
Wow.
I believe it was from what I've heard and seen, I can't confirm it, it was an SKS.
He didn't rehearse?
He didn't know. You could see him struggling to reload. He had no idea what his, and in that window, they popped his ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there are so many moving parts to that 30 seconds of film.
I mean, that's literally 2026 in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's all of it. It's everything.
Everything is involved, and everybody's got to be involved because we're inclusive these days. Yay!
They did it. They got everybody in there. Anyway,
Let's
carry
keep
on.
going. We don't want to turn it into movie night.
Nope, we're good, Pop. We're good. Yeah, Crazy Uncle here for 5 says, question for the War Hobbit and prophylactic popaholic. Sorry. Have people finally figured out that the data centers are actually fusion centers? I have seen more folks talking about it and wondering what's your thoughts on it.
I have not heard such intel. If it was a nuclear fusion thing.
No. That's not what a fusion center is.
What's a fusion center then?
A fusion center is, we were using them back in 2000. Fusion centers have been around for quite a while. It's where you run all of the data through one single source, and the ACE gets a hold of it, the all source collection effort.
The NSA, they've been doing that.
Yeah,
the NSA have been doing it at a limited scale.
Yeah, it would, if they are being used as fusion centers, which they would be perfect for fusion centers. That's not great.
Problem,
because I worked with fusion centers, and they can do shit. Fusion centers can do shit.
I can't remember what area it was taking place in. There was a guy that says, I ran data centers. I've done this for 15 years. You don't need a single drop of water to do it.
No.
And there was, I saw the video on Twitter. I tried to share it and whatnot. So try to see if you can find it there.
What the hell do they use all the water for then?
My suspicion is they found a way to use water to make the process cheaper, because I know for a fact that you don't need water.
Yep.
I absolutely know for a fact that you don't need water for those fusion centers.
Well, maybe the AI chips run hotter and they need to cool them.
It's my guess is it is purely a cheaper way to do it. If you put those data things far enough underground, not that I know anything about this, the natural geo temperature handles the issue.
All right.
And it's totally not like there's been multiple complaints of people that have been living near the data centers where they have to put up mattresses, bed sheets, and all kinds of certain things to drown out the high-pitched frequency that those centers put off.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is going to be all kinds of fun and games in the future.
It's going to be bad.
All right, next.
Crazy Uncle finishes off, says, FYI, if someone doesn't know what a fusion center is, put on your Alex Jones hat and you can figure it out. Or you can just listen to the Battle Dwarf.
I didn't know what it was. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, we had fusion centers.
Okay.
Remember, I was talking to you before the show about how the level of intel that I got to is kind of like Rangers for infantry.
Well, the thing is, like, I know in New York they have an AT&T, or in Chicago, or is it New York? They have an AT&T tower that all that is servers, and the NSA, pretty much owns the building.
Yeah.
Yep. We got Dark Mad Dog dropping 2 more on us on the Rumble side. First one for $1. It says, Pop, dumb stories time. I heard about this. This one we might have to forward to Blake because it's fucking hilarious.
Ruh-roh.
A VTuber got piped down live on Twitch and hid it by using her avatar, and she also got piped down when her boyfriend was streaming in another room. That woman needs to be banned, but she is not. Shocker.
Wow.
Also, Twitch has now dominatrix thoughts, and kids are exposed to that. What in the actual fuck? It is also fucked up. Also, the girl got piped down looks like a full German and has BPD. End of stupid stories. It is a funny thought. Somebody made a timestamp compilation. The plappening will continue until it stops. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not a fan of Twitch anymore, and that's one of the reasons why. Yep. And Dark Mad Dog coming back for another 5 says, Pop, Indians cut your ears off, gouged your eyes out, disemboweled you. Don't forget they cut your scalp off. They captured priests and gave them to the women and children to torture. That is true. They were extremely brutal and violent, and also most Native Americans, the red-skinned, all come from South America genetically. They went up from there over time. The oldest skeleton in America are European people, by the way. I think pre-Ice Age or later. White were here before the Indians. Yeah, because
I gotta confirm all that because they're finding all kinds of bones and genetic anomalies.
Well, the Bering Strait during the first Ice Age was completely frozen over time, and Russians and tribes that lived in Russia crossed that bridge on foot and then settled in Alaska, Canada, and then came south to the Americas.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So let's see. MGTOW Ronan dropping 3 on the last one on the MGTOW side says, guys, if you haven't seen this movie, watch Star Chamber with Michael Douglas from 1983. The secret society of vigilante judges decides the fate of dangerous criminals. Wish this wasn't fiction. Seeing that kind of plays off of my movie idea that I had the other day.
Next.
All right. Let's see. How many did we have over on the MGTOW side? 84 viewers, 25 likes. And you know what? Just for that redhead there, I'm giving that a like because good Lord.
That's good one.
Holy tan lines Batman.
Yeah. I told you.
I'm usually not a big fan of tan lines, but yeah, that one will get a like for me. Let's see. And over on the Twatter sphere, we had 42 views. And I know for a fact there were a couple of sneaky bastards over on the Rumble side. Let's see here. Let's see. Count Chad the Impaler with a buck says 68 Barracuda is right. I've drank breast milk in my coffee from the source and as butter on English muffins.
Please stop. It's disgusting.
That's an interesting thought.
And Tomahawk putting his dollar in. Titty milk is yummy.
That's a true story.
You guys suck, man.
I'm just saying, man. It comes straight from the source.
All right. Want me to hit Cash Apps?
Go ahead.
Rumble still has quite a few.
Go ahead and bring up the Cash Apps, but we still got quite a few over on the Rumble side.
Yeah, Rumble went a little batshit after.
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah. Count Chad says, "You bro is hysterical. I watched Postal movie and that flower, so I can find the wet spot scene." Lamau. Ali Card coming in says, Kevin, your girlfriend is called Kelville. Can I piss off the assholes in hell? Good luck, brother. You've still yet to fucking disturb Kevin, man. Good luck with that. Kevin has listened to the stories from Crusader Nate and MGTOW Mando. He is unfazed. Good luck with that.
I love it.
Let's see. Net Guy 1975 dropping a buck says, here is the Fluxer link to join the Discord alternative.
I'll take a look at that. I found the email. I'll take a look at it.
Yep. Battle Dwarf is on that. Count Chad the Impaler says, redheads cheat. I banged a redhead Kelly who told me, you should pull out. I might be fertile and I have a fiance.
What?
When the moment of truth arrived, she clamped her legs around me like a bear trap.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. Tomahawk dropping a dollar says, sneaky like an Israeli slave trader.
Oh. Oh, there it is.
There it is. That's fine. Net Guy 1975 says, Papa Dwarf, how many magazines can you carry conferable with your AR-15 while running and moving?
13.
13.
13 mags, 2 frags, your main platform, and an M9 with 3 magazines as well. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
That's what I carried. And that's what all my men carried in Iraq for a year.
There you go. Tomahawk dropping a buck says it takes less than a second to slam a stripper club into an SKS. Just how retarded was that shooter?
He didn't rehearse.
Retarded.
Very.
Yeah. Listen, he didn't rehearse. He didn't know how to use his equipment. And that's just how it went.
Well, I mean, he was a Marxist incel retard.
Pretty much.
There's not much going on in the brain pan there with those kind of people. So, see, Tomahawk here dropping a buck says there was an ice bridge from Europe to North America. Yep, I believe it is how the Europeans got there. Yep, the Bering Strait Bridge.
Uh-huh.
It was frozen. See, Net Guy coming in says bad shit and crazy shit and dumb shit.
Nice.
See, Alucard says, I'll annoy Kevin then. Like I said, man, good luck. It's not going to happen, bro. Kevin is a solid dude. I love that guy. See, little chirp here. Is that a hallway cricket?
Oh, no.
Every 30 seconds? Says, I read that vampires brush their teeth to not have bat breath.
Wop, 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 wop. When do we start getting dad jokes in the comments, man?
That's been a while. That's been going on a while.
I would expect that joke from MGTOW Mando. That's
keep going.
A good one. 68 Barracuda says, titty milk is 100% natural. Better than the cyst barn could ever be.
Hey, Pop is faced with a conundrum. Titty milk or back cyst?
Titty milk or cyst barn, Pop?
I'm not playing that game. They're both nasty.
Oh, you know you'd love it, Pop. Net Guy 1975 come back says more shiata. And Alucard for 2 says, I'll annoy you then, Jimmy.
Fair enough.
Good luck with that again, man. All right, last one for the night here says, no, not the Bering Strait from Western Europe. There's a documentary about it.
I'd like to see that
I
documentary.
would like to
Send
see
us an
that.
email.
Send us an email with the name of that documentary. So I'm going to look
Yeah.
that shit up.
Yeah, because I know about the Bering Strait. It was frozen over during the last ice age, and that's where a lot of the nomadic tribes crossed over. I haven't heard anything about anything from Europe.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, very last one, you bastards, because we're running very late.
God damn it!
No, 2 more, you fuckers. Stop it! Count Chad the Impaler for $1 says, how about teddy milk mixed with a back cyst and starburst that aren't starbursts?
Tastes like buttermilk.
Disgusting. Stop.
And Net Guy coming in says, for 1 more. And Tomahawk says, look up the Clovis spearheads.
Yeah, I know about the Clovis.
Yeah, we know about
spearheads.
that. All right,
That does not prove a.
All right, Cash Apps pop.
Cash App from Susie McCarley for 90. Says, oops, forgot last week's donation. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
holy
Suze.
shit. You get one of these, Suze.
Thanks for keeping the ship afloat. It's much appreciated. Goodbye.
We got $1 from Boss, and he says, slavery was the old world order replacing Bigfoot. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think we have. I think we only have 2 Cash Apps tonight. I think we're a little light on the Cash Apps.
That's okay.
That's all right.
All right.
That guy threw another $1 at us and says, no, fucker.
You bastard.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is us for the night. It's glad to be back here for the week. We had a week off, and well, the shenanigans and truth will be told.
Fuck it.
Whether you like it or not. Final words from the Battle Dwarf.
I have no final words this evening other than don't let yourself be gaslighted. Pay attention what the fuck is going on around you, and everything your children is learning in school is bullshit. Carry on.
Not wrong. Alrighty, Popster. Everybody's been waiting for a week. We need a safety briefing.
All right, everybody, don't drink and drive, don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet. And once you go all the way down, why women are sneaky bitches. And child support does last 18 to 21 years, depending upon the state you are in. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's always safety in numbers. And you need to roll deep, given the way the world is now. Maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed, and it's up to you to see it. All right, and last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you dudes into the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You need to play the long game. You have no idea what the future holds for you, and it could literally change on a dime. So you need to stay in the fight. And if everything else fails, live at a motherfucking spite. And remember, Uncle Pop is here cheering for you for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
And of course, it's been a while since I've been the evil shilling monkey like I always am. Get your butts over to the merch store because it's all still there. And don't worry, it will not be as wrinkled when you order it and it shows up to your store. But speaking of redheads earlier, get yourself a redhead with a nice stack on her backside.
Stack and rack.
And, you know, of course, every woman needs a suck a dick shirt because, you know, she's probably going to the modern schooling world for modern women. All that other stuff. And again, stay in the fight. Live out of motherfucking spite.
Yeah.
All of that good shit is there. All of the stuff that we don't even mention there. Get yourself a Battle Dwarf shirt. Show some love to the dwarf. Everybody use that. A little bit of a Dave Crayons there. All good. All the good stuff is on.
Do we still have the Party and Guardian shirts?
I believe we do. Yep. Let me. Yep. There it is, right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Party and Guardian.
Party and Guardian shirt.
We got him in red.
Be that guy. Take care of your buddies.
We got to remake those with a different logo.
Okay. All right. We can do that.
It's all there. It's all there, and it's all good. But what is not good is modern slavery and indentured servitude. And to everybody that takes place in that, well, this one's for you.
Fuck you and all your motherfucking friends, nigga. Give a fuck if y'all in kindergarten, I'll whoop y'all motherfucking ass. That's why Santa Claus ain't real, bitch. That's why I fucked your mama, bitch. I'll fuck up all your kids. I don't care, goddammit. Huh? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. That's why you ain't going to Disney World, bitch. Fuck you and your friends. Fuck all y'all, bitch.
It never gets old.
Never does. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back on the streams. I'm sure the Popster and the Dwarf is in agreement on that one. And well, 2 more lives. Am I correct? Will be read in on
lives coming up.
2 more lives will be read in on the record on Thursday when the Captaint is on stack. So we'll see you there, and have a good night, everybody.
Take it easy.